Yo, what's cracking, everybody? Welcome back. You already know what it is. It's that time, man. We're going to feel the heartbeat of the city. You know why? Because that shit is thumping right now, man. New York is on fire, man. We got the New York Giants with the splash of the day signing Darren Waller. We got the Jets, in hot pursuit of your boy Aaron Rodgers. Knicks, Nets, both fighting for playoff positioning. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, spring training right around, well, actually going on right now, but the start of the season right around the corner. So lots to get into. But first and foremost, let me check on my two brothers, Jeffy T, Ed, Coach. How y'all doing?
I'm good.
Doing good.
Excited, just like you said, with everything. So, ready for another action-packed discussion today. So, what about you two? How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. There's a lot going on in the city. A lot of positives going on in the city. Both football teams, fan bases should be excited. Basketball teams, fan bases should feel good. Baseball, not been the best of news so far in spring training, but still plenty of time to change that narrative. It's not been a good. But otherwise, that basketball and football and hockey. Can't forget about hockey. You must be very happy right now with what you're seeing out of your New York and New Jersey teams. Except if you're a Rutgers fan. Except if you're a Rutgers fan, then you're pissed.
Yeah, and the Tar Heels. But that's another story, man. But let's get into it, man. Let's dive into it, man. The hot button topics. But let me say what's up to my chat. Koof, man, what's good, man? What up, everybody, Koof? Man? He says, Nisi Wise, wifey, what's good? Hey, peace and love to everybody.
What's up, Koof, Nisi, Levance?
What's good, man?
It's on the menu, Levance.
All right, man. Let's get into it, man. So the news of the day is that right there. New York Giants
traded for him, not signed him.
Well, traded. Okay, my bad.
That's all good.
Signed, traded.
Same like, difference. What? Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Acquire. Yeah, I get you.
But you got it. So but that's a big name on the market. Coming from the Oakland Raiders for a 3rd round pick. Now, Joe Schoen basically took the pick that he got for the Kadarius Toney trade and flipped it and got Darren Waller. And the Giants also acquired a 6th round pick with that. So, I mean, to me, this is highway robbery. Now, Darren Waller has had his injury history, but when healthy, he is easily a top 5 tight end. And at one point, a few seasons ago, one would argue he was a top 3 tight end, along with probably I would say Kelsey and Kittle or Mark Andrews, one would argue. But Darren Waller, I mean, to add him to this offense with Daniel Bellinger, now you have a 2 tight end set to go along with Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones in the running game. This is an absolute home run for the New York Giants. And Joe Shane, everybody kills this guy because he doesn't make the, harsh decisions or, what you call it, rash decisions. He sits back and he's patient and he's able to make those decisions and those moves that are going to benefit the Giants in the long run. Now, I'm going to let Def talk about the contract and some of the details in that aspect, and then Coach can get into the actual film study and what he brings from an offensive standpoint, from a matchup standpoint. But from a fan standpoint, you have to be happy with what Joe Shane has done this offseason so far, and we're not even getting into the linebacker that he acquired from the Colts. We're going to talk about him in a little bit. But look, all the fans that are down, I mean, go root for another team at this point. You can go be a Jet fan if you think Aaron Rodgers is coming over there. He's holding that franchise hostage right now while all the quarterbacks are just getting signed and traded for, and they're sitting over there waiting on him, and that dude can very well just retire and leave them sitting there looking stupid. So we can get into that in a minute too. But look, man, the Giants are a different team right now, and I'm pumped and I'm psyched about my football team. That's why I'm excited right now, man. But I've been rambling enough. Jeff, talk about with Darren Waller and how the deal is good for the Giants.
Well, I mean, first of all, the reason why the deal is good because you're getting yourselves – I'm just talking about the player first. I mean, you're getting arguably one of the most dynamic tight ends in the National Football League over the past 4 or 5 years. He's already posted at least 2 years where he's had over 90 catches in a season. He's had about 1,100 yards in 2 seasons. That was in 2019 and 2020. And the guy is an instant red zone target who is too quick for a linebacker coverage, and he's too physical and big in the middle of the field for safeties to be able to handle him. In terms of the contract right now, with the Giants, he's going to be making a base salary of about $11 million. What's going on, Breezy? He's got a dead cap hit of $8,250,000 overall, with a cap hit of $11,875,000. But if he doesn't work out due to injury, he is only 31. He's going to be 30 years old right now. He'll turn 31 later this year. If he ends up not having a great season, you could potentially get out of his contract after this upcoming season. It's not really going to impact your cap as much if he ends up having the same type of injury issues that he's had the past couple of years. Where this past season, he only played in 9 games overall, where he's dealing with hamstring injuries, foot injuries. He pretty much was out all during the season. So if you're a little worried about that, you're getting a little Kyle Rudolph feelings on this, a little Kenny Golladay feeling on this. Don't get too crazy, because I think that these are all minor injuries with this dude. I think he's still a dynamic player, and I'm not even worried about his age, because I look at guys like Travis Kelce, who I believe is like a year or 2 older than him, and Kelce is still going out there and making big-time moves and still being an impact tight end. It's not like a wide receiver where he starts losing his juice, in the middle of it, when he gets to that age 30 year. I think tight ends can still be pretty effective. Tony Gonzalez was still an effective tight end when he was in his 30s. Antonio Gates was still an effective tight end when he was in his 30s. Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, man.
Gronkowski was still an effective tight end. Gronkowski was still an effective tight end when he was in his 30s as well. So I'm not really worried about his age. Yeah, the injury issues do worry me a little bit because of the fact he has gotten banged up. But let's just be real. You're getting a 30 to 31-year-old tight end That is literally a mismatched nightmare in the middle of the field. He's already had big-time numbers over the past couple of seasons with him. In fact, I'm going to pull up the numbers right now for Darren Waller just so I can give you guys a little indication on how deadly this player really is and what he's been doing with the Raiders over the past couple of years. So you want to talk about Darren Waller?
Let me say what's up to the chat. Bookends, what's good? Bookends. Just popped into the chat, and of course, big fan Breezy just popped into the chat. Just want to say what's up to everybody. And to whoever's not commenting, what's up? I appreciate y'all listening and watching the show. Almighty Finesse, what's good, bro? I see you, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. You know what I'm saying? We pumped up about the Giants right now, man. But go ahead, Jeffy, man. You was cooking, man. Go ahead, man. Finish your spell.
Well, just like, I mean, he was drafted originally by the Baltimore Ravens in the 6th round out of Georgia Tech. Obviously, we know he was dealing with some issues over there with we don't need to go into it, but he eventually got released and we latched on to the Raiders. We knew how immensely talented he was, but he really didn't start honing into his potential until about 2019, where he exploded. And when he played in 16 games overall, he had 90 receptions for 1,145 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he had a 12.7 average per catch. And then in 2020 was his best year. 3. Yeah. Actually, I think it was the next year, 2020. 107 catches, 1,196 yards, 11.2 yards per catch, and he had 9 TDs overall. That was his Pro Bowl year where he was pretty much establishing himself as one of the upper echelon tight ends in the NFL. He did tail off a little bit in 2021 and 2022 due to injuries. 21, I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. 11 games, 55 receptions, 665 yards, and 2 TDs. Still had a 12.1 yards per catch. And then last year, his yards per catch was actually his best one he had over his career, where he had about 14 yards per catch. But he only played in 9 games during that year due to injury. 28 receptions, 388 yards, and he had 3 touchdowns. So he's still getting into the end zone and a dynamic weapon for the Raiders. But the only concern with him is the injuries. But when this guy is on the field, he is a guy that you're going to have to worry about in the middle of the football field. And what is it going to do? It's going to cause defenses to start to have to game plan to take Waller out of the game because of his dynamic nature in the middle of the football field. And he can even be a streamlined tight end where he can go deep at times and be a red zone target. And what that's end up going to be doing is it's going to cause teams to pull a defender back, and it's going to allow Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones in that running game to be able to take advantage of a dynamic playmaker like Darren Waller. So in the way, in terms of contract, if you're worried about the contract, you can get out of the deal without taking too much of a hit in 2024. And in terms of on the field, you're talking about one of the top 5, if not top 3 tight ends in the NFL in terms of playmaking ability. So in my opinion, this is a home run deal. Love it. We have had a dynamic tight end year, the best tight end we've got since Jeremy Shockey. And I think he's going to be setting records for the Giants this year in terms of setting the all-time tight end record in terms of receiving yards. The only other tight end that has had over 1,000 yards receiving in terms of a tight end was our guy, Mr. Mark Bavaro, back in the 80s.
So you said the best tight end that we had. You're not an Evan Ingram fan? No.
I like Evan Ingram.
No Martellus Bennett. No, not really.
No, this guy's gonna put those guys to shame.
All right.
No, couldn't do it.
I agree. I'm
smudge down below. I know. I'm fucking with you
too. Coach, man, get in there, man. What's your thoughts on the Darren Waller move?
I mean, I pretty much concur with Jeff. With everything about Waller. I mean, in terms of the player. He's definitely a mismatch nightmare for most defenses. He's too fast for most linebackers. He also has good size. He definitely has great size in terms of most linebackers because most are going to be anywhere from 6 feet to maybe 6'4". Defensive backs, he has the size, he has the girth on them. He can flex outside, so you can play him on the outside. You can put him in the slot, in line. His blocking, while it is not elite, it's serviceable. It'll definitely give you. He'll definitely do the job in blocking to help in the running game. So you could do so much with him in terms of your offense, and he helps make other players better because he causes defenses to right there in direct line of the quarterback and up the seam. You have to have pretty much two sets of eyes. So that means the safety is going to be looking at him first before you get to the outside. So it does so much offensively. It's going to help make all the other players a lot better. So it's also going to help Bellinger. I mean, Bellinger gets to learn from a player of his talent how to run routes, be more efficient, and be a professional. And, it also, teams are going to now focus on him more, especially in the red zone because of the size, which is going to allow him to open up. Because last year, Bellinger was mainly our red zone specialist. So, it's just going to help improve because when you have him sitting right there, when you have Waller sitting right there and DJ's straight in his view, defenses are going to have to congest around him, and it's just going to open it up for everyone else. So, it's a great move in terms of acquiring him, especially for that third-round draft pick. And then on top of that, to get a sixth-round draft pick included, I mean, that's just great when you're getting an all-pro caliber or all-pro talented player like that. So I really like the move, and it's tempered me on my banter for wanting Darnell Washington because pretty much that's what I'm getting. A Darnell Washington, just that he's more proven. He's a veteran. The only thing Washington is going to have is the blocking over him. That's about it.
I wanted Washington too, coach, and it kind of soured me a little bit too. I'm like, dang, man.
We don't need a tight end now. We're actually good at that. I got to be honest, we're pretty solid at that position right now.
I think we are too. I think they're going to still add another person. But I think they're still going to add another guy, more of a blocker because is Myrick still on this team?
Yeah.
I think so.
Myrick? No, is Myrick?
Yeah, I think they brought him back on a futures deal.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well.
But you still have Cager, you have Bellinger, and you have Waller. So you're assuming that those three are probably going to be the three options at tight end, unless they bring in an undrafted guy or a late round
the Giants always want to keep an extra blocking tight end or a fullback or somebody of that type of caliber. They always do that. So I don't know.
Become Bellinger's role.
I don't know if he's going.
Bellinger's a solid blocker. He's a solid blocker, man. Bellinger's not bad at blocking.
Nah, he can block, but they always have another guy. I mean, coach, help me out with like the jumbo packages and stuff. Like they usually keep 3 tight ends, and Cage is going to be more of a receiver.
Yeah, Cage is more of a receiver, so when he's in, you
need another blocker.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, what about whatchamacallit from Nebraska? Isn't he still on the team?
No, Austin Allen is. They didn't even bring him back on a futures deal.
Okay. All right.
I think they still have. Do they still have Tanner Hudson? Is he still on the team, or they let him go? They had like one of those guys they picked up during the offseason. Remember, like during the middle of the season, who was playing a backup tight end behind Bellinger? A couple of guys.
Yeah, he was. But again, I mean, right now, I mean, even if you just get someone, I mean, you can still get someone in the draft. There's guys you can get late in the draft too. So,
That's
and you still have free agency. I mean, there's things you can do later as we go along because the big money guys usually start in the beginning. So then as you go along, you're going to fill in, guys who are, going to be damn.
I love what Shane's doing right now. And Kate, we should even talk about it. Some of our guys we thought would be picked up early. Some of them are still sitting out there, and you never know. Shane can maybe get a Julian Love back on a discount or a Darius Slayton back on a discount. So it's possible that those guys might still be on their way back.
Let me talk to y'all about something real quick. This Jerry Jeudy rumors they're getting kind of spicy too.
I like it.
I don't know, man. It feels like they're gonna add a receiver, and it's not gonna be no just. I mean, it's not gonna be a big name guy, but it's gonna be one of the guys. I feel like that. Or then again, it might not be because what Joe Shane has done more than anything is, not tipped his hand.
Mhm.
He's kind of kept things under wraps, so we don't really know what he's gonna do. I think I think they might be going after Judy or OBJ. Um, or be, or they could just sign a guy like Paris Campbell or bring
Mhm.
back Darius Slayton. But I feel like they're gonna get one of those guys. I feel like they need to add a receiver. They only have who do they have in the contract?
They have Shepard, Robinson,
Robinson.
Hodgins, and Johnson. That's it. They have 4 receivers under
That's it.
contract,
So they
and 3
have
of
to
them are
sign a
coming off
receiver.
serious injuries.
Right. So, and I don't know if you want to add a fourth one coming off a serious injury, uh, OBJ.
Mhm.
So maybe the play might be Jerry Judy.
Well, I'll
I
just
don't
say
know.
this real quickly. I'll say this real quickly, and this is something for everybody. Just keep an eye out. Watch out for the trade market for wide receivers as we get closer to the draft. I think with the fact that there's a lot of trade rumors going on with some of these wide receivers that are either going into their last year of their rookie deals. I mean, you could still say, even though the Bengals could deny it all they want, T. Higgins is still going to be a name that's going to be talked about. Ayuk, even though I think he had his 5th-year option picked up, that's still a name you got to monitor. You got to monitor Michael Pittman. I'm putting in those names from Denver, obviously Hamler, Judy, or Sutton. I'm putting in Hopkins. He's another guy. And don't forget about the players from Tampa Bay. I think you can't even count out guys like Godwin or Evans because both are
That might
making
be the
big money over
play,
there.
Jeffy.
Those are the
Yo,
guys you
why
got to
you?
think about.
Why, because what I just say,
Watch that
Joe
trade
Shane
market for the wideouts.
he don't, but Joe Shane doesn't leak anything. Darren Waller, nobody really thought about Darren Waller to the Giants.
Which I
Everybody
like.
thought it was somebody else.
I like it.
So it could be a guy like what's his name, Godwin. Now, coach, I'm gonna kick it over to you. Do you think a guy like Chris Godwin would fit into the offense?
I
What do you think about that?
mean, yeah, you could fit him in the way everything is being constructed right now. So, so yes, he can fit in. It's just a matter of you're not making him the number one option. So that's it. But yeah, with his abilities, and what he does, offensively, yes,
I
he
don't
can
want
fit in.
Hardman. I don't want Hardman. He's coming off a serious injury too. No, I don't want him.
What
You
injuries is he
don't like
coming off of?
McCole Hardman?
He's having a groin surgery and he's going to be out for months.
No, he even
He's
on Twitter he's talking about no, he's not.
I mean, that's what they reported, that he's going to have off-season surgery and he's going to miss at least a month
Groin
or two during the
surgery?
off-season. Yeah, that's why he missed a lot of time this off-season. He missed the Super Bowl
I,
because he had a
I
groin
don't know.
injury.
I don't know. I know he was debating someone because the guy was talking something similar, and he said people don't even know what they're talking about.
Um,
Wow.
It's too
I don't.
redundant. I like him, but I mean, I don't
They need
know.
a
I don't know how
speed
you guys
guy
feel.
though. I think they need a speed guy. Maybe they go in the draft, but I mean, then again, I think Shane is he's gonna have to add a guy in free agency because they just don't have it by the numbers. They don't like you said, there's a bunch of guys coming off of injuries. Um, so I don't know, man. I think he's got a trick up his sleeve. um, but I like McCole Hardman. DeAndre Hopkins. Look, man, Hop is is kind of up there in age. Um, he might be half for the right price. I get it. But then you're adding another big salary to your book. See, the thing about with Judy and maybe even McCole Hardman, they're not going to cost that much. Hopkins is going to cost you, and they're saying like, hey, yeah, he'll restructure his deal, but he's got to agree to that, and the Giants have to agree to it, and that's a whole nother conversation. So I don't know about D Hop, but I do
He's towards the bottom
think,
of my list, honestly.
yeah, I'm not feeling that move either, Jeff, to be honest with you. So, but I think McCole Hardman or Judy might be a better play. So
Well, I'm going to
quick
be honest,
update,
NYG.
52-40 Brooklyn Nets over the Oklahoma City Thunder right now in the second quarter.
Fuck.
NYG, you know who I actually would not mind if they go after, who'd be an underrated pickup, and I've been talking about this guy for a while, Michael Pittman Jr. I think people underrate how good he is with the fact that he's pretty much played with no quarterback and no other playmakers on that offense besides Jonathan Taylor. I think he's a much better receiver than people give him credit, and he's had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. I think he's very underrated, and he's only a second-round pick, so he's not going to cost you as much either. That would be a guy who's tall, physical, solid route runner. He could be a 50-50 guy, and that would be the guy I would think about maybe targeting as well. So I'm just throwing it out there. Michael Pittman Jr. is another guy out of that 2020 draft class at wide receiver, along with Ayuk, along with Higgins, along with Jefferson, that people don't talk about as much, but because he's not as flashy as the other three, but dude is a hell of a receiver. And I would not even bat an eyelash if we maybe have interest in possibly trading for him.
What would he cost though?
Second, third, maybe.
For who?
Pittman Jr. The kid from USC, the number one receiver on the Colts.
I ain't talking about, yeah. I mean,
he's good.
I'm not saying he's not.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, like, he'd be an underrated hell of a pickup.
Yeah, but damn, how many players you gonna take from the Colts? It's about to be the New York Colts. You got damn Glowinski.
Bro, I don't
just signed the linebacker.
Players. If they're winning players, I'll take them. And Godwin's one. I mean, not Godwin. Pittman's one of those good players on that team.
Yeah. I could see it, but I can't see it. I just
no.
I think he's good, but I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I take him definitely, man. He's talented. I'm not gonna argue there. Koofman says the Giants need a true number one wide receiver. Let's be honest. Who in free agency or in trades can be a true number one? I'm all about grabbing talent in the draft. I think they got their number one wide receiver in Darren Waller. I mean, this dude's gonna be stoppable. Look, the Philadelphia whose beat was already talking like the East is shifting now. This is a thing. People are talking about it. The Giants, this is a big move. It really is. So they're not gonna go chase the number one wide receiver market. They'll probably sign a low end guy or bring back Darius Slayton. I think they might bring back Slayton. I mean, hell, you bring back everybody else. Shit, why not? The dude took a pay cut for you.
But by the way, I'm gonna say it. I was the only one I was the only one that was on the hill that kept saying, "Watch Sterling Shepard be back." And guess what? He's back again, everyone.
You damn
sure. Can't get rid of Shep.
Bring my damn guy back.
I'll bring him back too. I'll take Slayton. You know what? Bring back the quartet, bro. Bring back that quartet. Let Joe. That's why I'm happy. Jones, Barkley, Shepard, and Slayton all deserve to have success with this organization after what they've gone through over the past 4 or 5 years. I am thrilled to see these guys finally get a chance to win with this team. So I love it. I hear people downplaying, why are you bringing back Breida? He's not good. Why are you bringing back Shepard? He's injured all the time.
Hey,
they're depth pieces, and they're good when they're healthy. You need depth. They're depth on this team.
You know what would be a spit in the people's face, Jeff, if they bought back Darius Slayton, Odell Beckham Jr., and Sterling Shepard, and won a Super Bowl with the same squad.
Good.
That
I would laugh. I would be happier than a pig and you know what if they did that. Good.
That would be crazy.
Those are my guys, man. Alec Pierce, no. Why would there's no way the Colts are going to trade Alec Pierce after they just drafted him. They like that kid. He's part of their core in the future. Yeah, he's their number 2 right now. I think I you know what, you brought it up before. I could talk about this stuff all night.
Fuck.
Coach is pissed. What did Rutgers do?
They fucking lost to Hofstra in overtime in the NIT. And they were the number 1 seed in the NIT.
Oh,
and now it just justifies what the NCAA said.
Oh, what's wrong? What happened? Oh.
Mawat mad.
Ow!
Mawat mad.
86.
Yeah, you're right, Coach. That guy was such a blow to that team. They just weren't able to get back together.
Derek Simpson had a open shot right in the middle of the lane, and he missed it. A floater.
Brooklyn Nets up 60-46. The Nets are playing well, and we're gonna get into the Nets.
Yeah, they're playing great right now.
They're playing pretty well. For all this shit, everybody talk, but let's stay on this NFL free agency thing. So let's switch it over to the Jets real quick. We can still talk about the Giants. It's kind of an open mic heart of the city tonight. Because I'm not gonna be on here too long, but Aaron Rodgers.
Let's talk about those other guys too, Okereke and Nunez Roches as well.
Oh yeah, those other guys we're gonna get into all of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I like to switch it up a little bit every once in a while because it's all gonna tie into to what we're talking about. So the Jets, I guess, are in the market for Allen Lazard, Aaron Rodgers.
He signed already.
Wide receiver, you know what I'm saying? Right now in Green Bay as it stands, I guess they're trying to, because Aaron Rodgers has this thing, I guess, where he likes to play with certain receivers. So I guess they're gonna go ahead and try to go over to the Jets. So now, when you're looking at this whole thing with Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, what do you think that Aaron Rodgers is going to do? I just want to get a quick, what do you think he's going to do? You think he's going to sign? You think he's going to back out, retire, stay with Green Bay?
Well, Lazard already signed. Lazard already signed with the Jets. He signed a 4-year, $44 million deal for 22 guarantees. So Lazard's already a Jet. And just for the fact, I think the fact that Lazard signed a deal with the Jets pretty much confirms that Aaron Rodgers is on his way. Because why else would the Jets be paying Allen Lazard when they already have Corey Davis still on the roster? I know he's going to get cut. And why would you have Elijah Moore and, of course, Garrett Wilson? Garrett Wilson's still there. So I think that Rodgers is going there. I think he will be a Jet. I heard on the radio that there's some type of money clause, like something with his the salary, a bump of salary or something that needs to be cleared by Friday. Maybe that's the reason why that the deal is taking a little bit longer than expected. But yeah, I think he's going to be a Jet by the end of the week. That's what I believe. Because Lazard especially was one of the biggest tea leaves. Like, why would he go sign with the Jets if he knew Rodgers wasn't going there too? So I think Rodgers will be a Jet by the end of the week.
What about you, Coach?
No, I was reading. I thought he wasn't signed. I thought he was just in the process.
No, he signed with them. He signed with them this afternoon.
That's what I'm reading right now. Oh, no, he has agreed to a 4-year. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a good pickup for him. Solid number 2.
If you got him, then that just points to it doesn't make sense for Rodgers not to sign then. I mean,
Yeah.
why would you get your boy to sign here and then dip out on him like that? I mean, I can't see Rodgers doing that. I can see him at least being with the Jets for at least 1 year. So,
Mhm.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, especially if they can, solidify their offensive line, it just makes them that much better. So, in the end, though, it's what compensation are the Jets giving back to Green Bay? So if it's two first
Right.
round draft picks, are you giving up young players? And then of course, you're going to have to cut players because of Rodgers' contract. So hmm,
I got something for you, Coach. Would
mhm.
you, because of the fact that the Jets got Lazard, and it sounds like that Randall Cobb is going to be following Rodgers to Green Bay, would you add Elijah Moore in a trade with the Packers and send them Elijah Moore to Green Bay as part of the package? So at least they get
Sure.
another young receiver with Dobbs and with Watson, and at least maybe they can build on that. And then the Jets bring in Cobb as their new slot receiver, and you got Lazard and Wilson on the outside. So thought about maybe that could be part of the trade, since it sounds like that Cobb pretty much said, I'm going to follow Aaron Rodgers. So it sounds like they already got Lazard, and it sounds like Cobb is going to be going to the Jets as well once Rodgers is signed or traded for to New York.
And see, I agree with Almighty Finesse here. I think that dude is he's just that type of dude that he'll go on the show tomorrow, this little drama queen, and say, you know what, I'm gonna retire. And
Uh,
leave the Jets sitting there looking stupid. I, I,
mm.
I I just I feel like he's that type of dude. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong because I don't, you know, I'm not a Jets hater. I don't want to see the Jets done like that. I mean, that would be wrong for any team to get done like that. But I just think Aaron Rodgers is that type of dude to where his ego is like, you know what? I don't feel like playing no more. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care. I never told you I was going to sign with you. That was all rumors. So he could just walk away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Alan
yeah.
Lazard is going to get a contract. He can't be mad because, hey, I got paid. Only person
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be mad is the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, I get you. I just can't because it yeah, he has that. He's his own person, but in the end, he's walking away from all that money. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a
That's true.
lot of money to walk away from.
That
At
dude's
least
got
go
money
one
though.
year. It's not like, but still, just because you got money, if you're getting another 50 mil, you're gonna walk away from that just because you got money.
Great
You
coach.
could at least pay. You could at least play one more year and retire.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I guess.
I like that
Um,
Lazard pickup, by the way. Dude had 60 catches for 788 yards last year. Terrific blocking receiver. I've always been a fan of Lazard. I think that's a good pickup for the Jets. Another big target outside receiver. It's gonna help out Garrett Wilson. You put Elijah Moore back in the slot. God, the Jets have got weapons for days on that team. Just get them an offensive line, and if you get Rodgers, call me crazy. I mean, I think the Jets might be top 3 in the AFC next year. Our
and
offense is legit scary.
that's where I was gonna go. So let's let's just talk
Who?
about the Jets because we can power rank, do the power rankings and all that stuff later on after free agency's done. Um, where would you put the Jets as far as a contender in the AFC? Would you put them above Buffalo? Let's just start with the AFC East because you got Buffalo and you got Miami making moves too. So let's not get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the Patriots is doing over there, but they still got Bill Belichick, so they're going. You can't ignore them. So where do you put the Jets at?
I'm already putting them over
Are they the
Miami.
favorite in the AFC East
I'm putting them over
over
Miami
Buffalo?
because the Buffalo, I don't know yet, but I'm putting them over Miami because of instability at the quarterback position for Miami. Because I can't trust Tua to remain healthy. He's one hit away from
I agree,
potentially
Koof,
being done
man.
for his career. And they have Mike White. I mean, Mike White's a journeyman. So that's the one. And the Jets get Rodgers. I think they're going to jump Miami because I think their skill position players are as good as Miami's. and I think they have a better defense than Miami does. Buffalo, I don't know. Buffalo, I think it's actually not that far up. I might give the edge to Buffalo a little bit, but it's not going to be that big of a margin. And then the only other teams I would definitely put over the Jets would probably be Kansas City and I think Cincinnati. I think I put those two teams over the New York Jets. I gotta give kudos to Burrow and the Bengals, and of course, I after what I did last year and picking against the Chiefs, I can't ever disrespect the Chiefs. They got Breece Hall coming back. You got you still got good tight ends. You got Rucker at tight end. You still got Conklin. You still got Uzama. I mean, they got fixed that offensive line. They got Michael Carter still. They got weapons all over the place, my friend. They just need to get an O-line. And if they get Rodgers in an O-line, that offense is going to be really hard to stop.
What they're going to have to lose players to bring Rodgers in, whether it's in a trade or a cut. I get that they have talent right now.
Their players in Las Vegas.
But you're going to lose.
I'm sorry, that's funny. Sorry, Coach.
No, that's fine. I get it. I mean, the Jets, for me, I can't put them over Miami right now. I just can't, because I don't know. You're talking about instability at quarterback. Right now, the Jets don't have a quarterback, and if you get Rodgers, then what are you giving up to get him? Because you're giving up talent. You're going to lose players on the defense, whether it's key players or either depth pieces, and that's going to be very important. And Miami, you take the quarterback out of the equation. Miami's talent, offensively and defensively, is stepping up. So that's why I cannot put the Jets over them right now, because the Jets are too. I don't know what I'm getting with the Jets. I really don't know. So Buffalo is Buffalo. They're the king of the division right now until otherwise. Even New England, the best move New England did is bringing back Bill O'Brien. Don't sleep on that.
Offense.
He's the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, for that offense. Changing over from Josh McDaniel. Josh McDaniel had them in a muddle, man. Their offense was kind of struggling.
So
what's good, Earl? What's good,
hey, Earl?
What's up, Earl? You stopping by, bro.
So for me, it's the AFC East is going to be a tough, and that's one of the divisions we play next year. That's going to be tough.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be fun because the Giants ain't no pushover no more. So they're gonna be looking at us like, we don't really want to play them.
Jets and Giants is gonna be a hell of a game. That's gonna be a fun game.
Aaron Rodgers don't want that smoke. You seen what them boys did to him in Green Bay? The Jets better get their O-line together. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but we better get another quarterback, because if they get no line together, then we're gonna have to contend with Garrett Wilson and Alan Lazard and Elijah Moore. That ain't easy. That's good.
We'll get Deontay Banks in the first round. Watch this shit.
It's not Las Vegas Patriots. It's Las Vegas Riots, because it's a riot out there.
Can I talk about them for a second? I got to talk about this team for a second. You're talking about a team that has deficiencies at defense and offensive line. And what does this dumbass team do? They signed 2 wide receivers when they already got Devontae Adams and they have Hunter Renfrow. And you signed Jacoby Myers. I don't know why they did that. And you signed Philip Dorsett. Yet you don't do anything with your defense and you don't do anything on your offensive line.
Go get him, Jimmy G. Go get him.
And they signed Jimmy G. I think they went backwards at quarterback. I'm sorry. Jimmy G is not as good as Derek Carr. They went ass backwards as an organization.
But this is even one of the reasons why the Jets are the Jets, because everything that they're losing out on, and if they get one, like they're getting Aaron Rodgers, but like you said, NYG, if he were to say, "No, I'm retiring," wow. I mean,
I'd be pissed.
You're gonna have to go beg Baltimore, otherwise your quarterback is Zach Wilson.
Yep. They'll go have to go get Tannehill.
Shit. Tennessee probably ain't.
I mean, Andy Dalton just signed, so I think Tannehill's probably gonna sign with somebody soon.
It's
Is he already signed with Tennessee? I don't think they let him go.
No,
They
just
just trade
signed-
him one.
probably gonna
Who?
sign back with
I think
Tennessee.
Tannehill's still
Tannehill.
under contract. I think you got to
Right,
trade
that's
for
what
him.
I'm doing. Did he
I
ever
thought he
get
was a
released?
free
I never
agent.
thought he got released.
No, they didn't release
Never-
him yet. He think he's still signed with
Ah.
Tennessee.
He never got released.
Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys.
Booking says Larry and Mo.
Yeah.
Oh,
I gotta
clown
give
show,
you
man.
credit, Almighty. You got some good ones tonight.
Yeah, he's cooking in the
Ryan
chat,
Tannehill,
man. Shout out to the chat, man.
Contra
Shout out to the
X.
8 in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all,
Let me
man,
see.
stopping by, man. Chopping it up with me and the fellas. Let's get back into the Giants.
Yeah, he's still on the
conversation.
contract. He's still on the contract until 2024.
Hmm.
He could be an
Yeah,
unrestricted
yeah.
free agent.
Okay.
But let's get back into the Giants, man. We want to talk about the big signing at linebacker. I think it's I can't pronounce
Bobby
his name.
Okereke.
Bobby
Okereke.
Okereke.
Yeah,
Okereke.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah,
All
somebody
right,
said
cool.
his family said that's how it is. Carricade.
So we just gonna call him Bobby O over here. You know what I'm saying? Because we from the streets, heart of the city. So Bobby O, man, big signing, man. Again from the Colts. We seem to get all their good players. Well, at least some of them, and he's coming off a pretty good season. Was he the back? He played beside Darius Leonard, or did he fill in for Darius?
No, he's filling
no,
in for him. Leonard was out all
he
season.
was
filling
weak
in for
side.
him, right? That's what I thought.
Originally, he was the weak side. He was the weak side, but when Colin went out, he stepped in and
He
became the
stepped
Mike
in for the
linebacker.
mic. Okay,
Yeah.
got you. Thanks for clearing that up, Coach. But this guy's good, man. This good, and what he has that we need at linebacker is speed.
Yes.
The guy
Yes,
has
he does.
sideline speed, man. And this is what we need. And this is some of the things, that me and Jeffy and Coach, and Big Pat and the Big Blue crew that we talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? On air and off the air, man. This Giants need a linebacker, man. A real solid, hard-nosed, sideline, 3-down linebacker, man. And they got it in this guy right here. They were comparing the stats. His stats are actually better than Tremaine Edmonds. And I'm not gonna pull everything up tonight because I don't have the time and I got shitty internet where I'm at. But it's better than Tremaine Edmonds, man. And so we pretty much got the top linebacker on the market, man. And this is fantastic, man, for the Giants, man. And what was the contract, Jeffy?
4 years,
Remember the
40
contract?
million. I believe it's 4 years, 40 million. I think 20 million
10
guaranteed. 22 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
And Tremaine Edmonds got 18 million. So
Yep.
and watch this. Watch how the Giants flip it. Because they're gonna change the narrative about this team real fast. Because when these contracts get into the third and fourth year, and we're able to get out of a lot of our contracts, if we should choose to do so, if the team's not performing, which I don't even think, I think they're gonna tear it up next year. I'm telling you, and we can talk about it, man, with Darren Waller, and we'll see what they do in the draft because that's Shane's specialty is the draft. So this is light work right here. You know what I'm saying? But back to the linebacker, man. Coach, I'm gonna kick it over to you. How does he fit in Wink Martindale's defense? Because I need to hear this. Because yeah, this is gonna be some good stuff, man. Go ahead, Coach.
He definitely fits in. I mean, like Jeff said, he brings you speed. He's very instinctive. He reads very well. He's smart. Here's the thing. He kind of is a more athletic version than whatchamacallit, who we signed before, who played at Stanford.
Blake Martinez.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
He's more athletic than him. He's probably a little bit taller, but he's very smart, instinctual. He can play the tight end. He can drop in pass coverage. I know whatchamacallit, the Colts played a lot of zone, but he reads well if he's in the zone. He checks for crossers or anybody who's sneaking in behind him, so he can run with the tight end up the seam. He does a good job of playing the ball. They had one video where he was at the goal line, their own goal line, and I forgot who it was. I think it was Jacksonville. They threw a pass right into the short hook curl area, and he just read it. He just read the quarterback, slid down, picked the ball off, and ran all the way. It was like probably like 97 yards for the touchdown. And when I say no one could catch him, no one could catch him. I mean, he's fast, long strider. He's fundamentally sound when he goes in for the tackle. So he comes in, he explodes through. I mean, now mind you, he's only 230 pounds, so he's not a big thumper. So there are times where he can get caught up on the block, but for the most part, if you keep him clean, he does not get caught up in the wash. He doesn't over pursue. He plays fundamentally sound, and he attacks the ball carrier the way he's supposed to. And don't forget, like last year against Darius Slayton, he made a play where he came over and he stripped the ball out. He likes attacking the ball and causing turnovers. So those are some of the things that are going to be very beneficial to this defense, and Wink is going to love taking advantage of that. He's not a big blitzer, so don't think that he's going to be like an LT type of blitzer. He can blitz, but he's not. That's not his forte. It's playing on the back end and playing the run and dropping into coverage whenever is necessary, and using his athleticism and his football smarts. So that's pretty much what I have on him for you.
Yeah, and another thing that I think too, Coach, is what this is gonna do is gonna help our run defense. And what the Giants did again, man. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody out there, man, listening and chopping in. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's free, and it just helps support me, Jeffy, and Coach. Because we come on here every Tuesday faithfully and give you this content basically for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because we enjoy doing this, man. But my man Koof, man, says Okara at linebacker, Nacho at DT.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nacho!
You want to talk about Nacho, Jeffy? Talk about my man Nacho, man, and
I want to hear Coach. I want to hear
with the
Coach
Giants.
first. I want to hear Coach first because I know he was talking about this guy, how much he likes this pickup of Mr. Nunez and Roches. Coach, take it away, my friend.
First and foremost, if you never saw the video, the dude is rack squatting over 700 pounds. The bar is literally bending, and when I'm like, wow. But he's a good depth piece. I mean, if you want to put him into help in certain running situations, he can play alongside Lex and Leo.
So is he better than Nick Williams?
They're kind of different because he's more. Nachos is more. He really is a one tech, but you can put him at the 3 tech on occasion.
So
because
he's more like a Dalvin Tomlinson.
Yes.
Just for people that don't understand that type of football lingo.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. So, but you can put him at the 3 tech, and he can help in the run game. That's where he is very good. He doesn't get driven downfield. He's strong. He gets good arm extension to stem the offensive lineman, and then when the running backs come through, if he gets his hands on them, they stop. So they're not going anywhere. While he's not a great pass rusher, he can do enough to push the pocket into the quarterback's face. But more than anything, one of the things I said was last year, Leo and Dex got tired. They wore down. Now this guy helps in that part where, even if he's not starting, if he's coming off the bench, he can play good. He can give the starters a good blow, not just the series, But if you wanted him to play a couple of quarters, he could do it, and he's going to help you. The only difference, like I said, is the pass rush. He's not Dexter Williams in the pass rush, but he's serviceable
Dexter
enough that
Lawrence.
he could. Yeah, he's not
Yeah,
Dexter
you
Dexter
combine
Lawrence.
Leo Williams and Dexter Lawrence, Dexter Williams.
Oh yeah. Sorry. But the point being is that he can get into the interior of the offensive line, and he can cause problems and create havoc. So he's definitely good. He's strong. He's stout. He's a talker. He's the type of guy that as a coach, he's one that I definitely would love on my team. But if he's on the other team, it's like, shut the fuck up.
I love it. I love it. We have a lot of talkers on this team. I love it.
Jihad Ward, yeah. Kayvon Thibodeau,
Shepard,
yeah.
Ward, Barkley. We got a lot of guys that aren't afraid to just go out there and not
Guys
shut the hell
with
up. I
some-
love it.
And
Players with some
he's the
swag,
type-
finally, man.
Put
Yeah.
it like this too. If you got into a bar fight, he's one that you want on your side. That's the type of dude he is. So and I forgot what country he's from too.
Nigeria, I think.
No, he's from the Caribbean islands. Yeah, it's one of the Caribbean islands.
Yeah.
So, but
Almighty says, I wanted to sign Jamal Dean, but he re-signed with the Bucks.
Yeah.
They'll get corner help. I think. Look, we do have some players that can be developed. So I mean, it's not like I get it. That second corner spot is a little iffy right now, but we got Flott. They can always bring back a guy like Fabian Moreau or one of these other secondary pieces.
Still got
You still got
Robinson.
Aaron Robinson coming off injury, so it's not as pressing a need as some Giants fans might want it to be, because you still got a lot of free agency left. Like I said, you can always sign one of those veterans. They do very well because we have an excellent DB coach that doesn't get enough credit.
Yes.
And I'm gonna always toot his horn, pause, and that's Jerome Henderson. You know what I'm saying? Because he does a great job, man, getting these kind of no-name DBs to perform well and at least perform admirable, as they would say. So, so that's why I don't really worry about corner like that. But linebacker and tight end were two positions, man, we've been struggling with, man, and Joe Shane just fixed that, man, with the sweep of a broom, literally. In one off season, man. So, man, excellent job, man. By
I love what Shane's doing.
by Joe
love
Shane.
it.
Now he also brought back kind of touch on some of the smaller signings. Matt Breida, KC Crowder.
Like it.
Of course, talked about. We're gonna talk about Sterling Shepard as well. And what was the other one? Gillian. Yeah,
Our
Gillian.
punter is back for
the
2
punter.
years.
So, so that side that coach gave, that's how I felt about that one too. So we'll start there. And it's not a popular topic, but this is Unpopular Opinion Sports. Hit that goddamn like button. Let's go. The punter, man. Yeah, not a fan of that signing. I think Joe Shane, I don't know, man. Maybe that was loyalty to a fault right there, man.
No,
you know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
what it
That
is-
dude sucked.
Is
Man,
his contract guaranteed?
I
I
get
don't
it,
know if
Cole.
it is.
So, I don't think
I don't
it is.
care if
but I
it
think
is. I don't want him
No.
on his fucking squad.
What it is, he's more than likely he's going to bring in other punters, and he's going to have to fight for his job.
He
And that's
better.
what it's going to do. And that if that's what he does, then I'm cool with that. And if he performs, then great. If he wait a minute, Lions are signing who? David who? The Lions are
Yeah, that
signing
punter
David
sucks.
Montgomery.
That
Okay.
punter sucks.
That's a good
man.
pick. Ooh.
Yeah.
Does that mean that
Three-
Jamal Williams might be gone?
3
Because
years,
he's a
$18
free
million.
agent too. Ooh.
I mean, but no, go ahead, NYG. Finish what you were saying about the punter now. Let's go.
He sucks.
Yeah.
Pause. I mean, that's it, man. He can't directional kick. Um, and that was the one of the biggest things that Tom Coughlin loved about Jeff Fiegels, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and that's what helped the Giants a lot, man. With field position, the punter matters. You know what I'm saying? With changing field position, man. If you got a punter, you know what I'm saying, then you can feel comfortable punting. Where some teams might want to go for it on fourth down or something like that, because your punter can get the ball inside the 5 yard line. So, but if your punter sucks like ours did, and you make those decisions to punt from the 50, and your punter, you know what I'm saying, nets you 20 yards or 10 yards, and the team's starting on the damn 40. I mean, what did you punt for? You know what I'm saying? And so that's where the punter, affects the team, man. I've seen it, man. We had two of the best punters, man. I've seen kick, man, and Fagels, and then my man Steve Weatherford. Um uh
Mm-hmm.
Back in 11. You know what I'm saying? Excellent punter, man. That dude
Love
could tackle
Weatherford.
too, man. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
he was
He's built like a
you know
brick
what I'm saying?
house.
Yeah, pause, man. But yeah, he was, what I'm saying, he was a stout guy, man. But so um that's kind of where I'm at with that signing. I don't like it. I do like the fact you bring it back the long snapper. I mean, because
Right.
he's been good. He's been pretty good for us. But not a fan of the Gillian signing. But what's your take on that, man? And then we could talk about Matt Breida. I do like Matt Breida. I do like bringing Breida back. I thought Breida was underused last year. I think he can still another year in the offense, he can progress. And you know what I'm saying? I think he's good. Chemistry with Saquon Barkley. Remember they were running the offense, man, down the stretch in that game. Daniel Jones got hurt. It was Breida and Saquon. They were doing their thing, man. I like that 1-2 punch, man. Another year in this offense with Breida. I'm struggling to think about what they want to do with the third running back spot. Maybe they want to get a guy in the draft. Maybe they like Brightwell. Maybe they don't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of trying to figure out what they're going to do there. But I do like bringing Breida back, and um, yeah, Shep. I mean, Sterling Shepard. Hey, Jeffrey's guy, man. Jeffrey T said it. You know, back. I mean, and salute to him though, man. To be real, man, I love Sterling Shepard, man. I just don't want to see him get hurt. I don't want to see him mess up his career as a man, as a father. You know what I'm saying? Um, I just want him to be careful and make smart decisions out there on the football field, man. And I think everything will be all good. It's a vet minimum signing. It doesn't cost the Giants virtually nothing. Um, the team loves him. We all love him. You know what I'm saying? For me, it was a thing where I was concerned with his health, and I didn't want the Giants to kind of bring him back. Um, just to kind of sit on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? I think he deserves to play on the field when healthy. So we'll see how his rehab goes. Hopefully it's one of those things where they can maybe like Jeff and coach suggested, put him on pup or something and let him heal up and get right. And maybe he can be a spark, as the Giants go into the playoffs going into next season, because that's where we're going. So I
He
said
will
it
be a
here.
spark. All you gotta do is look at that play that he made against Dallas. That dude, he's on the field. He's gonna do something that's gonna fire up that squad. That's just who he is. That dude is he's like the little ball of energy. He'd be like the guy at the bar. If like him and Nacho go to a bar, he'd be the one like sitting behind Nacho talking shit the entire time. And then you have Nacho as the big guy in front of him. He'd be like talking shit the whole time. That's Sterling
Good. It's
Shepard in a
good.
nutshell.
What's good,
It's
bro?
food. Oh, by the way, I just want to throw this out there real quickly. This is a thing for the Jets. Now that the Lions signed Montgomery, do you think it's possible the Jets might have interest in signing Jamal Williams and pairing him with Breece Hall, power running back with a speed guy? Just throwing that out there. If he's willing to take
What
less
about
money.
What about Michael Carter?
I think Carter's fallen out of favor after the season he had last year. He
Really?
didn't have a good season at all. Yeah, he didn't have a good season at all. He was being replaced by Zonovan Knight and Ty Johnson at times. I think they're good. I think if that would be an interesting combo, and he's a former Packer, he knows Rodgers. So I'm just throwing it out there. You get him and a Breece Hall. You got power and speed, elusiveness. There's your running back combination right there. That would be an ultimate running back duo for the Jets.
Bookend says center is a bigger need. Now look,
I agree.
from the center position standpoint, Nick Gates is gone. And that one hurt a lot of Giants fans.
Washington.
A lot of Giants fans that I talked to and you know what I'm saying, that I know, they actually met Nick Gates. So it does hurt. It bothers me too, just because it is Washington that he is signing with. But hey, man, Nick Gates has to think about his family. Yeah, he has to think about his family. He has to think about and you notice most of the loyal Giants always go to Washington. They never go to Dallas. If you go to Dallas, like if OBJ goes to the Cowboys, I guarantee you the Giants will like man. You know what I'm saying? It's all the loyal Giants always go to Washington because it's a team that doesn't have as much emotional rivalry as like the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cowboys. Now it doesn't say that the Giants and the Commanders are good friends. You know what I'm saying? But it does say that, hey, look, if you got to go get your bread and you want to stay in the area, within the New York City metro area, best off going to Washington instead of Philadelphia. So I guess Nick Gates was like, all right, and you know what I'm saying? I'll take that out. You know what I'm saying?
Brothers. We're happy and we're singing and you guys know the song. Give me a high five.
The Wayne Brothers show. I got you.
Yeah, had to throw that one out there.
But Nick Gates, man, and I know it bothered a lot of people, man. But yeah, I'm happy for Nick Gates to go get his money. But as far as the center position, I think Feliciano's coming back. To be honest with you, I do
too.
I think he's coming back, man.
Shane was talking glowingly about this dude at his press conference. When he was talking about some of the other guys, he's like, we'll see how the money measures up. When he's talking about Feliciano, we love his intensity. Feliciano is great. I'm like, he's coming back. Great.
He's coming back.
I knew it. You can tell.
Don't panic though. They're gonna go. I think they're gonna find a guy in the draft, or they're gonna convert one of the guards that they got, Zudu, McKeithen, Bredesen, you name it, whoever.
Come on, we all love Mr. Flex a lot.
I think that's what they're gonna do. But yeah, I think he's gonna come back to be the starting center next year. But I think it'll be all right, man. If they, develop some of these other players.
Ah, shit! Come on, we're losing now. Come on. The Nets are losing by 3 now. I don't know. They're down by 3 now against Oklahoma City, 78-75. They were leading by like as much as 14 before. Now they're down.
Tudo.
Hey, Tudo.
Respect to Big Boss NYG 22.
I hate that dork. That goddamn dork kid.
Greeting from Edinburgh, Scotland. Wow. Okay, getting ready for our next match on Saturday versus Scotland. Yeah, all right, Tudo. Scotland, okay. Well, go kick some Scottish ass. Pause. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
wish you could take the Scottish hammer with you.
The Scottish hammer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd rather have Drew McIntyre kicking the ball for us than him.
I'd rather have one of the little power.
Nobody got that because they don't know. Nobody got that because nobody has any idea who Drew McIntyre is but me. Unless you're a wrestling fan.
Drew McIntyre. It doesn't ring a bell. Nah.
Scottish. No, he's just you'll look it up and you might recognize him. He's a top guy in the WWE.
Yeah, his says it too, man. I think Feliciano's coming back. I do think he's coming back.
He'll do.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Look,
He's coming back.
he was bad, but think about it like this: if Evan Neal improves, we're good. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
we're good there. You know what I'm saying? And if you pop in Azudu or McKeithen at one of those guard spots, because what Feliciano did do that was really good was pull. Am I right, Coach?
Mm-hmm.
As a pull-in, yeah, okay. So
He's great at run
that
blocking.
right, that helps in the run game, and that's what we need, man. Because I do think the Giants are gonna still lean heavy on the run. They're not gonna change their identity. They're just gonna be able to open up their playbook, as Coach says. You know what I'm saying? So,
Plus
yeah,
continuity, NYG too. Continuity. Feliciano was the starting center on that team all last year. You bring him back. You still you could have Bredesen or Azudu at left guard, and then you could obviously have Feliciano back as center, and you got Glowinski and Neal. So you have that continuity with that line. That's one of the reasons why they might want to do it too, is to have that line be back together for another season and build off what they have. What's this? Let me see. Spartan Mike.
match too. Saturday.
I see.
What time? Well,
Yep.
You're like on another.
No, let's check in the private chat.
If y'all could see my face right now.
I'm ecstatic. I know what this guy can do offensively. I'm thrilled.
Just the contested catch with this play.
And he's quick and fast, and he's a solid route runner, too, for a tight end.
He caught that with one hand.
Yep.
I've seen the play.
He's a matchup nightmare on the football field.
And you see they got a defensive back on him.
Mm-hmm. He's too physical and too quick for the defensive backs.
Oh, either chosen one center. What you call it in the shakedown chat? Are you guys in the shakedown chat?
What's the shakedown chat?
Yeah.
I'm
Top routes. Let's watch it. Let's see if I can pull it up.
I got it right here if you need it.
So
yeah, if you can do it, Coach, because my internet a little suspect right now, and the stream might crash if I try to.
All right, I can share it. It's not a big
Yeah,
issue.
share it. Share his tweet so everybody can see it came from him. That's bro. It's good.
Well, all right.
The Twitter Spaces.
Where do you want me to? Where do you want me to?
Space, not the stupid one.
No, I'm asking. Do you want me to share it on the StreamYard or?
Yeah, you can share it on the screen.
So the people in the chat can see too.
Yeah. I got you.
I was so ecstatic when I heard we traded for him. I literally jumped off my seat and started doing cartwheels. I was that excited. We got this guy in our offense.
There you go, Coach.
There you go.
Look at this route. Look at this. Look at that.
Oh.
That's a tight end running that route. Wide receiver. Look at that whip route by Waller.
Oh gosh.
He's a good route runner.
Oh my gosh. This is what DJ needs.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what DJ needs right in front of his view.
Yeah. That dude's gonna be wide open a lot in this offense.
Is that one play we were just talking about?
Yep.
The vertical fade.
Yeah, he can go deep too.
He's flexed out outside as a wide receiver.
Look at the feet.
And yards after catch.
Look at his feet, man. Like
Oh,
See? Doesn't that look good? For a guy that size, tight end position that could run these kinds of routes, this elusive, be able to create that separation and still pick up yak. That's what
Man,
Darren
this
Waller
game
can
is
do this
about to
offense.
be
Yeah.
dynamic as shit, yo. Like,
Get that. Oh, that's
look, fighting off the
that's good
press
speed.
man. You see that?
Yeah.
Fighting off the
That's-
press. You can always fight off the press man like that.
Oh, he
I
left.
think he used to play wide receiver in
Yes, he
didn't
did.
he used to play he played wide
He
receiver
played
in
wide
college and they
receiver.
turned him to tight
Hell,
end. Yeah.
you see that? You look at his hand, the way he fought that coach, man. Help me out. The way
Yes.
he look at that. You
No,
see what I'm
that's
saying? The way he fights off the
separation.
press
You see the
man.
separation. That's what a
Look
quarterback.
at his
That's what
feet,
DJ
the way he
needs.
shuffles his feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what DJ needs. DJ hasn't had that.
And that's your number one target. What he's going to do is he's going to command so much attention in the middle of that field. It is going to open up things for Bellinger, for Shepard, for Hodgins, for Wan'Dale Robinson, whoever else we get. Now they got one-on-one matchups, and we know these guys can beat one-on-one matchups when they get the chance because everybody's going to be worried about Saquon Barkley and now Darren Waller in this offense. So it's only it's a big weapon over the middle of the field.
One of the things DJ is going to have to do, he's going to have to develop great anticipation with him. He cannot wait.
Yes.
He has to once that there is, he has to get that ball on him, let him eat, and then let him make plays after the catch.
Yes.
Because you're seeing the separation, and it's there.
Yeah.
And that's where a quarterback, once you get familiar with him, how much more? Oh, we got plenty more. Oh my gosh.
I love this guy. This guy is so dynamic with the ball in his hands, and so dynamic in turn. He's an underrated route runner. You can see that wide receiver skill in him with the way he's able to create the separation and juke defenders and get open over the middle. He runs some pretty crisp routes for a 6'6" guy.
Is sick, man. Like
Yes.
the way he moves, like his
The
juke
wide
shit
receiver.
is-
It's that wide receiver he's gotten in to create that
Ridiculous.
separation.
And don't forget, he's
The hell?
260 pounds.
Yep. By the way, the Nets are down by 8 now.
Oh man.
It's not
We'll
gonna
get
be-
into the basketball here a little bit later once the game ends. I think that the Knicks are playing tonight too, right?
Yeah, they play
Yeah, they're playing
Portland at 10
Portland.
o'clock.
Well, we won't be up that late. I'm not gonna stay on too long, but we'll get into the Nets and talk basketball here in a little bit. But I'm enjoying this, man. This is gonna be awesome, yo. when
He's so dynamic.
Split zone. Okay. That's what you say. Yep, split zone.
Yep.
And it's split
And
zone.
see, that's
screen.
the route. That's the route, coach. That's the route that they was running with Daniel Bellinger, and he couldn't really get. He got a lot of yards, but he can't do what this guy can do
Exactly.
with the crossing routes and things like that. You see what I'm saying? He can't do
Mhm.
Seam route.
that.
Mhm.
That yak is gonna kill it though. That yak that he creates, Daniel Bellinger couldn't get that yak. Daniel Bellinger couldn't get that separation. I mean, this is gonna be
Look. Oh
toe
yes.
tap.
Mm. That's a work of art.
It's the reason why this dude had over 90 catches and 100 catches for over 1,100 yards because of stuff like this.
This is a steal, Joe Shane.
It is. This is a steal.
See how he fights off defenders? Like this
He's
dude's a
forcing-
dog, man. Yeah, he
It's what you're forcing the defensive backs how to chase him. It's you could see the fear and the panic. A good scheme to open him up. Contested catches. He's there catching it.
you see how one precise calculated move can change the dynamic of the team in one move.
If Mariota can anticipate this, DJ should be doing the same thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh my God, what it's going to do for Barkley. Barkley is not going to have to face every single second all these guys in the box trying to stop him because these defenses are going to be like, holy crap, we got to stop 83 and make sure he doesn't bust us over the middle. And then you got Barkley that's able to go up against one less defender in the box, and then Barkley can get cooking. I mean, now we got two legit dynamic players on our offense that teams have got to worry about every time they play us. And I'm not even including DJ's legs. And you're telling me you get a healthy Sterling Shepard, a healthy Wan'Dale Robinson, and whatever else, what other wide receivers we add in there, and Bellinger is our two? One player like that can change our offense. One player like that.
Per Mike Garofalo a 1 hour ago, our good friend Will Hernandez is going back to the Cardinals. 2 years, $9 million.
They get all our reject linemen.
Yeah,
they're known for that. Heal up Tudo. Tudo says he's still recovering from the surgeries. But he'll be back hitting the iron May 1st, man. Be activated July 1st for the preseason. So, man, get well, Tudo, man. Hope you heal up, man, and you know what I'm saying, get your rest, man. We'll be out there rooting for you, man. The Nets. What's the score, Jeffy?
90-81. They're down by 9, just at about the end of the third quarter.
What's Cool Cat talking about?
They'll come back, hopefully. DJ,
hopefully.
Watch a film of him too. Yeah, Waller the baller. Yep, this dude's gonna tear it up, man. Right. I'm telling you.
He is.
And watch what they do next, man. I know.
Can you imagine putting Barkley and Waller? Can you imagine putting Barkley and Waller on the same side, and your teams have to try to guess who to stop on that passing downs? Like they literally have to guess. Okay, who are we stopping, Barkley or Waller? Either way, you're going to get busted for a big play.
One wide receiver, Jeffy. Even if they bring back Darius Slayton, and you have Wan'Dale Robinson, Isaiah Hodgins, Waller, Bellinger, Barkley, and DJ, and they can all do different things. You have a dynamic offense.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm so excited. And I think they are going to get a wide receiver. I would not be shocked if Shane is still trying to trade
for a matchup nightmare.
Yeah. I would not be shocked if he's still trying to look to trade for a wide receiver too.
I think it's going to be Judy.
Which I'm fine with.
Like I said, watch it be Chris Godwin or somebody like that. Like somebody out of left field. You'd be like, oh, wow.
I wouldn't be disappointed. Godwin's really good too.
Yeah.
Only Godwin over the middle.
Balls and adjusts and rips the ball out the air. Yeah, good point, Bookends. Yep. He was playing with Derek Carr, man. Everybody's favorite $40 million quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Because they hate ours. But yeah, he was throwing him some bad passes, and Dan Waller was still coming down with him. So imagine the dimes he's gonna get from your boy, Mr. Jones. We're gonna cook, man. I'm telling you, man. I feel real confident talking shit now. You're gonna hear a whole next level NYG next season. You watch, because this team isn't done. They even put out the report. They said the Giants aren't done yet adding weapons. You think they paid Daniel Jones $160 and ain't gonna get him no talent? You got to be smoking. Watch this dude work.
Well, they got still some other moves to make. Remember, they're going to cut Golladay at the tomorrow. They're still going to have to maneuver some more cap. So don't be surprised if a Leo extension is on the horizon. Dex is going to get his extension to lower his cap hit. So I think they're going to be still doing some more moves right when we get to the beginning of the new league year. And then you're going to start adding in some more players as you go. So, I think that Shane is going to be doing a lot of maneuvering by the beginning of the league year tomorrow to really start opening up some more cap space so we can bring in like a Judy or another wide receiver to go with what we got, or you bring back Slayton. So, I think this is just the beginning.
What's good? Next shift.
Randy.
Waller and Barkley and another weapon. Look out, NFC, NFL. Yeah. And
That's
he
right.
also says, "I bet it's D Hop," and that's real nice. Yeah. See, I don't know if they would do a D Hop move just because of the contract. I think it makes because Jerry Judy's on a rookie contract. And he has that upside, that like low risk, high reward type of move that Joe Shane has been looking for so far. So I don't know if it'd be D Hop, but look, I wouldn't be mad. You know what I'm saying? If you can get D Hop for a 4th round pick or that other 3rd rounder, sure. let's go for it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, man, you know, you got this team under contract right now. You got to make the best of what you got, and then you beef up your lines as well. I want to see them make some moves on the offensive line or possibly the defensive line at the edge position.
I got some juicy.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, Kelsey Plum, the wife of Darren Waller, just commented. Yeah.
Oh, she did?
That's what it says. Aces star and new wife of ex-Raiders Darren Waller tweets why coach might have traded him. And it says right here, Robert Griffin in a tweet earlier said Darren Waller just got married to Kelsey Plum of the Las Vegas Aces, and Josh McDaniels' wedding present was to trade him to the New York Giants. McDaniels is not a romantic. Reply by Miss Plum, probably because he wasn't invited to the wedding. LOL.
And don't forget, he's going to New York, and the supposed Aces, if everything goes right, is going to be who? The New York Liberty.
Yep.
I see what you're doing there. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Plum might be heading over to the Liberty soon. Coach, say your catchphrase, Coach. Yeah.
Hell fucking yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Kelsey, please.
Next shift, I'm smoking right now. What you smoking on next shift?
Please. I'll give up my love, Dee Richardson, for Kelsey Plum. And if y'all never saw Dee Richardson, look her up. Look her up, seriously. I wish I was in
Dee
my
Richardson? Is that who you said?
Yes. You want me to
show it, shit, man.
Oh, you really want to go there with me?
Pull up the is this somebody that plays for the Liberty?
Yes, she does.
So is this one of your favorite players, Coach?
Oh, hell yes. Wait a minute.
Coach has been talking about her for a while.
Woo! Yes. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, wifey. I ain't trying to get him in trouble. That ain't what I'm trying to do. Let me know when you get it.
Oh no, man. We're talking basketball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all talking basketball. Let me know did you get it?
More than basketball. Coach is doing some scouting. If you know what I mean.
Don't show anything inappropriate.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Let's see her in her uniform, please.
In her basketball uniform.
I got you. And she's from Baylor. She played at Baylor. Whoo.
So is she Darren Waller's?
Who, her?
So how's this connected now?
No. This ain't her.
That's Kelsey Plum.
That's Kelsey Plum.
Kelsey Plum.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that's who you was talking about. So
I said I will give her up for Kelsey Plum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you on another level right now.
Oh, you want to see Kelsey Plum? Oh, wait.
Yeah, I was trying to see the player you was talking about with in regards to Darren Waller.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. This is his wife.
Oh, so this is Darren Waller's wife.
That's Darren Waller's wife.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't get a big picture, man. Come on. Give me a full screen. And she can ball. She can ball her ass off. You know what? Let me see if I can get a video of her playing. Yeah, here we go. This is when she was. This is when
Murphy.
This is when she was in college.
It's a good move for Minnesota. They need a corner.
That's her with the ball right now against Maryland, a Big Ten team.
Okay.
Girl
Nice
can
little
ball, man.
pull up jump shot.
She's a point, right?
She's a guard. She's not. She can play both. She's a combo.
Okay.
Steal.
Good steal.
This is
Nice
why I
drive
love
to the
women's
basket.
basketball. Good handle. Get there. All right, that's enough about her, please, because she's also with the Aces. I'm done. I don't want to keep watching her because until she gets here,
Until when she gets to the Aces.
195.
Yeah, we're
so
down by 5, so
95.
come on, Dinwiddie, step it up, bro.
So, in other free agent news, let's kind of do a little bit of around the league here. I know this is Heart of the City, but I do want to what?
Coach is overcome by something right now.
I'm hot, man.
Yeah.
I'm freaking hot.
Yeah, man. Get you a glass of water.
Are.
You know what I'm saying?
It's hot in here. What you gonna do? Let me stop.
You're crazy, Coach.
Oh man,
Darren Waller, you Darren Waller, you definitely are the man. That's all I can say.
Oh man. So what else we got, man? For free agency, man?
I have to show y'all this. This is the
nothing.
craziest play. Wait a minute. This is from the Rutgers game. I'm going to show y'all this. This is one of the controversial plays that happened.
Let's see it.
And I want y'all to tell me what you think. I'm not going to say anything. I just want y'all to see it.
Is this the men's basketball team?
Yeah, let me know when you get it.
Let me see.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay. Just watch this play.
Let me see. Oh, you stupid!
And Paul McKay, he got the foul. He came right into his back, pushed him, and then he flops.
What is he taking James Harden classes?
And he got 2 free throws.
Man.
And he got 2 free throws on this.
Classes.
Son of a.
This is
I
why
can't stand this with the basketball. The freaking flop.
It's soft, man. It's real soft.
This is why that hurt, man. This is why that hurt, because it was that they lost by 2 points and it came down to a play like that.
That's bull. That's BS, man. You serious?
And they don't get to replay that. They don't get to replay that to see if it was a flop. You would have seen it was a push in the back and a flop.
Yo, Pikel should be pissed after that one.
Pikel is always going to take the high road. That's the one thing about him. Steve Pikel will always. It was a rough game, blah blah blah, all of that good stuff. But yes, he should be. Yo, we got cheated. You know, just like with the Ohio State situation. He didn't complain.
BS. That's BS. Man, I can't stand when you see games end like that. I mean, the dude literally just flopped on the ground like he's a fish flopping around out of a fish tank. You got to be kidding me. That's a joke.
You followed me, you got to follow back. And you've been around? Okay, you've been around for a minute. All right.
That's a joke.
I'm probably going to be making a whatchamacallit about that. Vikings working. Oh, you just said that about Byron Murphy. Okay.
Nets are down by 7 right now. 102-95. I'll make it 5 now.
Ooh.
Bridges has got 30 points again, or 32. This dude's like a scoring machine.
Yo, NYG, I told you, man. I told you earlier. Y'all are better than you really think. And my Knicks are. You see what happened. Our team is who? Jalen Brunson. Without him.
Yeah.
Can't beat
like
the Thunder.
with the thing about the Nets, is they're they're gonna be inconsistent, obviously, but they do have potential, man. But I just look, man, they're winning some good games. They won some good games.
Mm-hmm.
Beating the Nuggets, that was huge. That was
Mm-hmm.
a big win. I thought the defense definitely showed out that game. You got to see on display with a guy like Mikal Bridges is, and shout out to you, Jeffy. I watched your video about Nick Claxton and his development as an offensive player. These two guys are gonna be superstars. In a year or two, they're gonna be perennial all-stars. I'm telling you. If not next year, probably
Mm-hmm.
next year.
I think Cam's
You
already
know what I'm
there.
saying?
I think Cam Johnson's. Bridges is already there. He's the dude's
Bridges is
offensively.
he's
he's
his
expanding.
offensive game is developing. Claxton's
Mm.
is coming, pause, but I do think eventually that this team is gonna be dangerous, man. You know what I'm saying? With those two players now in the Eastern Conference, they do need to, you know what I'm saying, kind of pick it up a little bit. As far as some of these other players, man, offensively, man. Spence, I like Spencer Dinwiddie, but he's a streaky player. Sometimes. Cam Johnson, what are you gonna do with him? He's a free agent, so the Nets are gonna have to make some decisions there. But they got two pillars, man, on this team, and Mikal Bridges, man. I mean, damn, we didn't look at it at the particular time, but to get what you got for Kevin Durant, um, and I don't think that team's gonna do anything, but that's a side story. But anyway, to get to get Bridges and for him to come in here, man, and do what he's done in this short period of time, um, in the pressure cooker that is New York. Now I know we don't get the headlines like that Knickerbockers get and all the glitz and glamour, but it is New York. You know what I'm saying? And for him to come in here, man, and pretty much have to take on the role of being Kevin Durant's replacement and to keep this team afloat right there fighting right there still in the fifth seed of the Eastern Conference, man. It's a testament to Mikal Bridges, Nick Claxton, the whole entire team. But I just want to shout those guys out as well as Jock Vaughn, man, for not letting this team, you know, sink after all the drama and all the bullshit went down, man. But yeah, that's my spill right there on the Nets. What's good, Taj? What's good, man? Appreciate you,
Hey,
man.
Taj.
Appreciate you stopping by, man. That Lakers game on Sunday.
Yeah, bro. I have to admit that was, but AD said it best, man. If it wasn't for him, because I think if he plays better, yeah, we don't win that game at all.
AD got to stop with the shit moments, man. Like every time that dude, I mean, damn, man. I know we was joking, but that's a real thing. That dude is always nicked up in some type of way, man. But yeah, man, the Lakers look like they're climbing back into it, man. Shout out to your squad, man.
D'Lo's
the
been
Los
a good
Angeles
addition for
Lakers,
them.
I got a soft spot for the Lakers too, just because my favorite player was Kobe Bryant, so I always rooted for Kobe, man. So, but shout out to the Lake. I don't feel that way about LeBron. I'm actually the opposite, so that's why I don't really like the Lakers anymore because of him. But shout out to him, man. Shout out to the Lakers. For getting back into the conversation in the Western Conference, man. But go ahead, Coach, Jeffy. What y'all think, man? Well, let Jeffy go and tell me what you think about the Nets and what kind of get into what you talked about in your video and why you think Nicholas Claxton should be or is developing his offensive game.
Well, Nicholas Claxton on this season is shooting about 73% from the field, which I believe is leading the NBA right now. He's developing a mid-range game. He's developing a nice little shot over the middle of the court. So he's not just an alley-oop guy. He's not just around the rim, layups, putbacks, etc.
Big
mid-range
facts,
game
man. I'm sorry, man. Brooklyn is a tough physical city, yo.
Oh yeah, I know
that's
that.
a fact, man.
That's true.
Wow,
But-
already. already
What?
with the Knicks.
What
Go
happened?
ahead,
We're down.
Jeff.
No, go ahead, Jeff. Finish what you're saying. I'll
Okay.
get to that.
Well, I mean, Claxton's developing that mid-range game of the middle of the court, which I'm really loving seeing, and that's probably one of the reasons why his percentage is so high up. And to me, the Nets have 4 guys that have been consistent. I think Dinwiddie has actually played really well for the Nets. I mean, I know he drives you nuts with some of the boneheaded plays he makes, but this dude has really been a big asset for this team, and it seems like he plays his best ball when he's in Brooklyn. Dinwiddie's got another double-double tonight. He's assisting the ball. He's playing unselfish. I mean, he's doing a solid job. I can't praise Mikal Bridges anymore. I knew this kid. This kid was already developing as a top player over with Phoenix. He's already an elite defensive player. And now without having without Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton over there in Phoenix and being the number 1 guy, he's showing what he can be as an offensive player. Cam Johnson's a good sharpshooter on the outside. I think the Nets got 4 players right now that should be built around going forward with Dinwiddie, with Bridges, with Johnson, and with Claxton. Finney-Smith drives me nuts because this dude against Denver and Minnesota was hitting some clutch threes from the outside. But he was hitting some clutch shots for this team, and he was one of the reasons why we won that game against Denver. Because he was making monster shots, and he's still a decent defensive player on the outside. Finney-Smith is like an on and off player. He's doing jack tonight. He's got 3 points tonight for the Nets. So he's not doing the job, and I'm telling you, one of the biggest reasons why I'm very upset right now, the Nets bench is doing nothing. Right now, the Nets bench is so damn inconsistent.
Well, they won't give Cam Thomas any minutes. He's got, 3 minutes tonight?
Because he's not this is the thing with Cam Thomas. I know we always talk about Cam Thomas. You know why Cam Thomas is not playing? Because he's a liability on the defensive side of the court, and he can't cover.
Trade him.
So as much
trade
you know what? I would not be surprised because he can't play defense. He's not good on defense. That's why he's not playing. And when he doesn't have a shot, I mean, that's the problem. When he doesn't have a shot, and he takes some reckless shots sometimes on the court. When when he's hot, he sometimes just chucks the ball up for no reason instead of like taking smarter shots on the court. That's one thing I don't like that Thomas does, but he's still a young player that needs to continue to develop. I like Royce O'Neal. I've been a big fan of Royce O'Neal. I think Royce O'Neal, for the most part, has been a solid player for this team. Not spectacular, but solid, but he's too inconsistent. Joe Harris and Seth Curry, these guys are either on behind the arc or goddamn, they are off. And right now, tonight, they are as cold as ice. Neither one of these guys have done jack for this team tonight. And then, I mean, like, Watanabe's not playing. Nerlens Noel has not even played tonight at all. I mean, Sharp has been MIA.
Get the rotation together, too, man.
Yeah,
like,
we have no big guys. We have no big guys right now. It's really just Nicholas Claxton. The thing is, rebounding-wise, Claxton's got 12 rebounds tonight. If Claxton's not rebounding, we got nothing. Plain and simple. Nobody else on this team can consistently rebound.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. What is your power forward doing? What okay. See, this is this new age.
That's Finney-Smith.
But that's what I'm saying. Okay, we're talking about basketball, right? We're talking about freaking basketball. So
go ahead.
Your power forward is supposed to rebound and supposed to be a power forward. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my power forward being Finney-Smith, somebody that's not a good rebounder and doesn't really give you a lot or much of anything on the offensive end. So what are we doing here? You might as well put in Royce O'Neal if you're gonna do that. What? Because the guy's taller? Is he taller?
Yes, he's
taller than Royce O'Neal. Like he's 6'9" or some shit, ain't he? Finney-Smith and Royce O'Neal, I think, is 6'7" or something.
Yes,
I mean,
what
does it matter? You know, we might as well put Royce O'Neal in there. Yeah, that Finney-Smith, Mm-mm. Ain't doing it for me, Jeff. I'm sorry.
He's a good defensive player. He's a good
So is Royce
defensive
O'Neal.
player. That's why he's out there, and that's why he's starting.
Just
Yeah,
put
but you need
Royce
some
in there.
size, and the one thing he brings is size. I like Royce O'Neal. I'll put him in there too, but Finney Smith provides size on the middle of that front court that you don't have from anybody else. Nobody on this team has size besides Claxton and Finney Smith because they're not playing
What
sharp.
about Nerlens Noel?
He's the dude. I mean, let's just it's Nerlens Noel. We're not. I mean, the guy has been a journeyman. He's been a journeyman in the last couple of years. I'm not. If you're expecting a lot from Nerlens Noel, you're really just. You're really just.
Nah,
you're
I'm not.
pie in the sky
I'm not
attitude.
expecting. I'm not expecting from him. I'm just saying.
No.
I'm not a Finney Smith fan.
No, I hear you. I agree.
I thought Royce
He's
O'Neal was
consistent.
bad, but I would actually play him over Finney Smith.
Royce O'Neal's not that bad. He's not that bad for his role. I've actually been very happy with what Royce O'Neal's given this team for the most part. It's the rest of the guys on the bench. I mean, if Royce O'Neal is not having a good game off the bench, there's nobody else you can count on this team.
Finney Smith
Mr.
is
M.I.
1 for 6.
Can't forget about Mr. MIA. Can't forget about Mr. MIA, who might be shut down for the rest of the season. Can't forget about him.
I don't even want to get into that right now because I'm gonna go on a whole nother spill and we're gonna be here.
They're
for
done
about
now. They're losing by 14. They're losing by 14 now, so I don't think they're coming back.
They're done. So they'll drop to 39-30. But given the circumstances, I think I can live with that. But this Finney Smith, this 32 minutes, 1 for 6, 1 for 5 from 3, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 fouls, 3 points. Not getting it done, man. Not getting it done. Royce O'Neal in 17 minutes was 2 for 4, 2 for 4 from 3, had 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 6 points, and played 15 less minutes than Finney Smith. This is the shit I'm talking about. This dude doesn't deserve 32 minutes a game. He ain't doing shit out there. Fuck his defense, because his defense is his defense better or worse than Cam Johnson's?
I think Johnson's a better defensive player. Johnson's very underrated defensively.
Right. So what is Finney Smith in there doing? You want to talk about the size? Cam Johnson is 6'8". Finney Smith is.
Can you put Johnson at power forward though?
Hell, you could put Royce O'Neal at power forward. That's what I'm saying. The size difference is not that much. Actually, Dorian Finney-Smith is listed as 6'7", which that I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? The size pause, but that's what the on the app. What I'm looking at right here. And Cam Johnson is 6'8", 210. Let's put him at the 4. What difference does it make?
How much does he weigh? How much does Finney Smith weigh?
He's 220. Royce O'Neal is
That's probably why. That's then you have a point. If Royce O'Neal is around 6'7", 6'8", then yeah, I would think about tinkering it. But Jacque Vaughn likes Finney Smith. He thinks Finney Smith fits into what he's looking for at that power forward position.
I know, and Jacque Vaughn got to get off his, you know what, man, and sit that dude on the bench, man.
Yeah, well, NYG, like I told you before, if it wasn't for Finney Smith, we wouldn't have beaten Denver and Minnesota. The dude hit clutch shots for us from 3-point. He's a reason. Big reason why we won those games.
Shots too for us.
I know, but you need Finney Smith. You need that dude to step up. He has to.
You need him,
nobody else on the team.
You don't need him in the starting lineup, is what I'm saying, Jeffy.
It doesn't matter between starting or bench. These guys are going to play.
Yeah, what it matters though is you being able to establish your rotation when you get to the playoffs. Right now, I think he's kind of tinkering with it.
All right.
But
And I'll throw this out
I don't
there.
like the Finney Smith in the starting lineup.
All right,
I'm
I'll
not
throw
saying
this out for
keep the
you.
dude off the team, but I don't
I'll
like
throw
him
this.
starting.
I'll throw this
Go
out for
ahead.
you then. So you would rather have Royce O'Neal starting, and you want to
Yeah.
reduce Finney Smith's playing time. Who is taking Finney Smith's minutes besides Royce O'Neal? Because you're going to have to get somebody else to take his minutes. You want Ben Simmons when he comes back to take his minutes? Joe Harris, Seth Curry, Cam Thomas, Yuta Watanabe, who's ice cold, Edmund Sumner, Patty Mills, Nerlens Noel, Day'Ron Sharp. None of those guys are taking his minutes because Finney Smith is just flat out a better fit for what Jacques Vaughn wants in this team.
Well,
He's just a flat out better player right now.
All you're doing is swapping minutes. So I don't understand what we're saying here. If you're giving Finney Smith has 33 minutes right now. If you give Royce O'Neal those minutes and you reduce Finney Smith to Royce O'Neal's minutes, I think that works out better because I think Royce O'Neal can give you more on the offensive end with his shooting. That's what I'm saying. Spacing, floor spacing. This dude is not a good shooter, in my opinion.
He's actually not that terrible of a three. He's not that terrible of a three-point shooter.
Royce O'Neal. Let's look at it.
He might actually be a little better. I don't know if he's a little bit of a better defensive player. There's a reason why he's playing. I mean, there's a reason why Jacques Vaughn's playing him in the starting lineup because he obviously likes what the guy brings to the table.
33% from the fifth, so not terrible. I'll give him that. Royce O'Neal is. I know Royce O'Neal's a better shooter.
Oh, he's probably going to be a
39%
shooter.
That's what I'm saying. From a basketball standpoint, now follow me, bro. I'm talking basketball. The spacing is different when you have a guy like Royce O'Neal who can actually knock down a three-pointer. Like I didn't have to look that shit up, but I looked it up just for clarity. So I don't think I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? Royce O'Neal is a better shooter and he gives you better spacing on the court, which opens things up for a guy like when Spence does his thing and you know what I'm saying, and tries to get and penetrate into the paint. Royce O'Neal gives you a better option out there than Finney Smith. The dude is 1 for 5 tonight, and he's shooting 33%.
What's Royce O'Neal's number? What's Royce O'Neal's number tonight?
2 for 4. He only played 17 minutes though.
Well, like I said, I mean, they both can occasionally. Royce O'Neal's a better shooter, but he's had nights where he's been bricking shots left and right too. Both of them are inconsistent from the three-point line.
But by numbers, Royce O'Neal is more consistent, and he's the guy that I want back there that I trust to knock down an open three.
All right, so you would want to go with the lineup then. So you would go with the lineup then offensively for the Nets. You would want to have Dinwiddie. You're putting Royce O'Neal, I'm assuming, what? The shooting guard position? Because Michael is the small forward. So then you have Johnson as your power forward and Claxton as your center. Would you be good with that lineup? You can make Finney Smith your sixth man? Because this dude's going to play. Finney Smith's going to play, and he's going to play a lot.
I'm good with that.
Okay. To be honest, I don't care who starts, and I don't care who comes off the bench. I want to see whoever's got the hot hand, because there's some nights that Finney Smith's got the hotter hand and Royce O'Neal's ice cold, and vice versa. They switch it up.
And I could agree with that too. I could agree with just going with the hot hand at that particular time.
Yeah.
But I just think this dude's getting too many minutes and he's just not getting the job done.
I'm more pissed at Curry and I'm more pissed at Harris. These guys can't hit shots. The only reason why they're on this team is to hit threes. They're too damn inconsistent. You need these guys to start knocking it down from three. That's one of the problems too. So you can't just have one guy coming off the bench. You need Seth Curry and Joe Harris to wake the F up and start hitting three-point shots. That's the only reason why they're playing, because they can't defend. They suck on defense. And Cam Thomas, as much as we like his potential, the dude is a liability on defense too. What Finney Smith and what Royce O'Neal can give you is both sides of the court, because Finney Smith's not a bad defensive player, and he can hit the three. Whereas the other three guys, they're just one-dimensional players. So is Watanabe. I don't know why Sumner's not playing too much. I don't get why Noel or Sharp is not at least giving them some minutes to spell Claxton. But Harris and Curry are a problem right now with this team. And you know the biggest problem, and I have to say it, Ben Simmons is a problem because this dude needs to be on the goddamn court because he's paying him all this money and he needs to be a factor on this team.
You're
and
not
him
gonna
not
get
being
him on
out
the
there
court,
is a
though.
problem.
You're
But
not,
that's a
you're not
problem.
gonna-
You need his skill set because he's a good defensive player. And he's killing this team. Whether we like it, whether we want to talk about it or not, he's killing this team because he's
is
a
killing
guy that you
this
could throw
team.
out there.
But what are they gonna do about it? I would
Yeah.
rather them just like, I don't know. Coach says you can't do that because like CBA agreements and all that, and I agree, man. But like, just get away from us, man. Get away from this team. I don't even want to see you on the sidelines. I'm so sick of this
You
dude.
could send somebody home now. I mean, you
I
can
really
do
don't.
that.
I'm really
Yeah.
tired of him, man, because it's an embarrassment, man.
It
Like, you're
frustrates
paying
the
this
hell out of
dude
me.
this was like it to me, it's worse than Kenny Galladay. It is. Because you know Ben Simmons can do it. We seen him this season. We seen flashes. You ain't seen no flash out of Kenny Galladay. You knew he was washed
Yeah,
as soon as he stepped on the goddamn football field.
pisses me off.
So I don't. This dude is this dude, man. I don't know, man. I just rather him not be on this team.
No, I hear you, man. But the one thing that he would give us, he would help this team in some aspects because you need his defense, and he is a good defensive player, and that's the problem. And he can facilitate the ball at times too. He wouldn't even have to score. He doesn't even have to score. And to be honest, he'd be probably a better fit right now with what Jacques Vaughn wants over guys like Seth Curry and Joe Harris, because at least Simmons could give him defense. Whereas Harris and Curry,
Simmons
he's
can't hit the what they say in the South, the side of a barn.
But you don't
Like,
need him to score. You have other guys that can score.
you
have
gotta have
Bridges.
somebody that can score.
You have Bridges. You have
Jeffy,
Claxton. You got Dinwiddie.
These guys aren't Kevin Durant, man. They not automatic. You know what I'm saying?
Bridges has been
they're gonna be
consistently
off.
getting about 30 points per game.
He's
Bridges is becoming close
Yeah,
to
but
automatic.
you need more than one player, and if you have a guy
Yeah,
out
Johnson.
there, if you
Dinwiddie.
but you can't have too many guys out there that just give you defense. Like, you need a guy that can hit a 3-pointer. It's called 3-and-D pause for a reason. That's why I like
Royce
O'Neal
O'Neal
over
and why
Finney
you got
Smith.
Finney Smith. That's why. But you just answered my question. You need 3-and-D. That's what Royce O'Neal and even Finney Smith is here.
So what is
They're
Simmons
3-and-D
giving you?
guys. Defense.
He's not a 3-and-D guy. He's
You
shit.
don't need him to be a 3-and-D guy. You just need him
Yeah,
to
you
play
do.
defense and facilitate the ball.
need him.
Facilitate the ball to your 3-point shooters.
Jeffy,
That's his
in
job.
basketball, you cannot have Dennis Rodman out there no more.
But
You because guess what? He's not Dennis Rodman. He's not going to be able to just get a bunch of rebounds and make up for that. His skill set, he does not excel at one particular thing. If he was like a top-notch shot blocker, like say Dikembe Mutombo, you can live with his limited offensive skills. If he was a top-notch rebounder like Dennis Rodman, you can live with his limited offensive skills. But with Ben Simmons, he doesn't do any of it well.
But here's
Nothing.
the crazy part. He's the crazy part, and I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit. The dude can actually score. He's done it before when he actually wants to play aggressive to the basket, and he's willing to drive to the basket and get some of those shots off. He has shown he can score. He's just lost his confidence in the ability to drive to the basket and
Right.
score
He ain't
because
gonna
he's
get it.
done it before. He's done it in his
He ain't-
career before. So what the hell happened? He all of a sudden lost it? A year and a half ago, the dude was averaging close to 20 points per game when he first
He
came
did.
out in his career.
He did lose it, man. He lost it, man. and I don't, and then with him, it's in his head.
Oh
Um,
yeah, psychologically,
yeah,
I agree with you with
you
that.
you're right. It's not his skill. I mean, damn, the dude's what 27,
26, give me
28,
27.
right? So I mean, it's not his skill set. It's in his mind. So I mean, what you gonna do with that? You know, I mean,
He's
because
just sitting on the roster though. He's sitting on the roster, rotting, when we can
hey,
honestly actually
you need to
utilize his
take
skill
him
set.
in. You need to take him and sit him off the roster because he's
I
not
wish
gonna
I
help the
could.
Brooklyn Nets in 2023.
I
He's
wish I
not.
could.
He's
I
not gonna
honestly
help the
wish I
Brooklyn
could.
Nets in 2023. He's not gonna
I
do it.
honestly, NYG, you're saying everything that you're right. Like I'm not even trying to like argue the point. I would want Ben Simmons the hell off this team, but the fact of the matter is he's still on this basketball team, and whether we all want to disagree or not, he's still his skill set could still help this team because he can score. If he could just have that mentality to drive to the basket and play aggressive, and he's good at facilitating the ball. He's done it already. He's had a freaking triple-double this year. And he's had close to double-digit assists multiple times, and he can rebound. And he's still a decent defensive player. It's all up here at Cerebral. I wish I could show you. Like, I'm putting it in my head because it's all Cerebral with this dude. He has no confidence in himself right now. That's the problem with this kid,
Don't.
is that it's all goddamn with him in his head. But he has shown the ability to be able to go out there and still play at a decent level. And I take him and his defense over a non-existent defense of Seth Curry and Patty Mills and Yuta Watanabe and Joe Harris, who if they're not hitting their three-point shots, what good are these guys? What good are them? Because we can't play with 6 guys every single night. You need another guy or two that can go out there and give you minutes. And right now, I hate to say it, Simmons is probably one of the best options we have on our bench. That's sad, but it's a reality. He
That
really
dude's
is
not even
one of the best
in the
options on
lineup
our
card,
bench
bro. He's not
because
even
he's
in the
hurt.
lineup card.
Because he's hurt.
Like, I'm so like. Look, I've never been more sick of a
I'm
player
sick of it
than I
too.
am
Trust me. I'm like feel like
of
an
Ben
idiot.
Simmons.
I'm
Only
like sick to my stomach.
only because I
Like
did
this.
film on him. I did a film analysis on this dude. I literally did this shit, and
Yeah,
I
I
know
saw
what
it.
you're
I
talking
remember.
about. He
Yeah.
has that potential. He doesn't have it though. Whatever it is, like they always say, that guy he has it. Whatever it is, it don't exist in Ben Simmons' atmosphere, his stratosphere. It don't exist. That with it, it's not there no more. It's gone. And without it and that motivation and determination to be better, to uplift your team, to try to do what you need to do to get on the field. I mean, get on the court and stay on the court. And be aggressive and be a leader. That's not him. That's
No,
not
it's not.
him. He is he's a bench guy. I mean, yeah. He's a bench guy, and I don't mean like a 6-man. I mean, he's just a rotational dude. He's no better than Finney Smith or any of these other guys that you're talking about. Royce O'Neal, so on and so forth. You're not getting no more out of Ben Simmons at his best right now. The best we've seen him this season than you are out of Royce O'Neal or Dorian Finney-Smith. And that's
I'm not talking about
because
them. I'm not talking about those two though. I'm not putting him in the equation with Dorian Finney-Smith or Royce O'Neal. Those guys, I'm talking about the other guys on this bench. Who would you rather have? I mean, between Joe Harris, Yuta Watanabe, I'm throwing
there
Cam
is no
Thomas
other
in there.
guys.
That's the problem. That's my argument. That's my discussion, is because we have no one else. That's the problem. That's why I'm saying Ben Simmons is probably one of our best options besides Royce O'Neal off the bench, because we got nothing else. We got one-dimensional players that could do one thing on one side, and they got nothing on the other. Simmons is better than these guys. It pisses me off that he's too busy sitting on the sidelines or playing patty cake or something and being hurt because he actually can help this team. That's what pisses me off the most. Because he is better than Seth Curry. He is better than Joe Harris. He's better than these guys, but he's too busy being hurt, and that's what hurts me. Because he's just sitting there collecting his checks while sitting on the sidelines not helping this team. That's what hurts me, bro.
I get it, Jeff, man, but you know what? Ben Simmons will be off this team probably after this season. So
good.
You'll have to put up with it for one more season. I think the Nets find a way somehow to dump that contract. But let's let Coach get in here, man. Talk about your basketball team and the New York Knicks. Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? We fam here, man. Shit, I feel the same way you do.
I had to get that out.
It bothers me too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I've went on net rants. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
This team makes me rant. Makes me rant more than I've ever ranted.
It's very inconsistent, man. 1 minute they look like hell, they could beat anybody, and in the next minute they look like they lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So,
well, Thunder are not that bad of a team. They got a lot of young players on that team. So
not at all, man. Not at all. But still feels like it a game you should have won, but can't be mad. They beat Denver.
It's a mismatch, bro. It's a mismatch. They don't match up well versus Oklahoma City. That's the problem. Oklahoma City matches up very well against the Nets. But sorry for Coach. Go ahead. I'll shut up right now. I've talked enough. So go ahead and talk about your Knicks.
He don't want to talk about him.
Let me see the score for the Knicks game. Is that bad already?
What'd you say?
The Knicks. You know that basketball team that plays in Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I'm sorry, I was watching Peg Bundy. She's hot.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
The Knicks are actually losing right now.
Yeah, they are. 36-28 to the Blazers.
Yeah, I mean, initially when I peeked in, they were 0 for 8, I think, to start the game.
Randle 0 for 4 from 3, 3 for 11. Man, he's jacking them up, ain't he? Pause.
Whatever with him. He's just about his numbers right now. That's all he cares about. Nothing else.
And that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Glitz and glory.
Man.
Flash.
Damn, Thibault has 10 points. Simmons has 9. Lillard has 3 points.
Yeah.
3 freaking points.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that stand like that. So
like I said before, bro, I mean, I have concerns about this team staying afloat and not falling into the play-in. And I think they're going to end up falling into the play-in.
Nah.
Yes. No, I'm not. Seriously. Listen, they go home, they face the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. Then they go to the Heat. Then they go to the Magic.
Nuggets and Timberwolves. So why couldn't the Knicks beat them? Okay, go ahead.
And
then they go
leave
to the
off
Heat.
the teams that they go to the Heat again. They go to the Magic. Okay, they'll probably win that. Then they host the Rockets. Okay, then they host the Heat, and then at Cleveland to close out the season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, you might get 2 games out of that including tonight. And in terms of where they're standing,
you're gonna beat Cleveland. Okay, you play Cleveland twice, right?
No, we play Miami.
We play Cleveland twice.
Y'all play Miami twice, right, Coach?
Yep.
You're gonna win one of those games. You might win both, but you're gonna definitely win one. You're gonna beat the Timberwolves and or the Nuggets. You're gonna beat one of those teams. I think you're gonna beat one of those teams. Why wouldn't they? They won these games.
Because everyone knows that right now the issue with the Knicks is what is the biggest issues with the Knicks, and it always seems to be the same. Teams are blitzing Randle, and he's fumbling and stumbling and bumbling and creating turnovers. And teams are taking that ball and shooting right down the court on fast breaks and getting easy points. And he, for some reason, just thinks that he has to dribble into the heart of a defense to try and make something instead of passing the ball around. When Brunson is there, Brunson takes control of that and doesn't allow him to do that. He puts him on the block or he puts him out in the corner and he penetrates
The
and
Knicks
kicks it
have
over
a
to him.
full hold up. The Knicks have a full 3-game lead over the Miami Heat. And if you play the Heat twice, yeah, that's your playing game right there.
And we're
Because
not going to do. We're not. I'm telling you, we're not going to do it.
Well,
I don't see it. I don't have the confidence right now because they're on that downswing.
I mean, it came down to the Heat and the Knicks before. In previous seasons, I remember back in the 90s when they used to battle it out, man.
I'm not even taking us out of the equation. I think we're right there too. We could be on the play-in.
The Nets are in 6. Look, I've been negative about this team. You know what I'm saying? So I said that they was gonna probably slip into the play-in game. But that's okay because I mean, even if they play the play-in, they're probably gonna face. Well, I don't know because the Wizards could take you out. I doubt it, but they could.
Now, if we went into if we were at 7, we would play the Bulls. Because after the Knicks, it's the Heat, the Hawks, the Raptors, and the Bulls. The Wizards right now are on the outside.
What?
Right now, I'm looking at the standings in the Eastern Conference. Number 10 is the Bulls. Number 9 is the Raptors. 8 is the Hawks, and 7 is the Heat. The Heat are 37 and 33. The Hawks are 34 and 35. The Raptors are 33 and 36. The Bulls are 31 and 36, and the Wizards are 32 and 37.
The Wizards are in 10th.
They're in
11th.
Go
to NBA.com. No, you're looking at the wrong.
How can they be over the Bulls when the Bulls have one less loss?
But the Wizards have one more win.
Yeah, but they have the Wizards. If the Bulls, if they play the same amount of games, they won the same amount of games.
Hold up, I'm gonna show you, so we can get clarity here.
In percentage points, they're tied, but you go by the loss. They have one less loss. So if they played and won the same amount of games the rest of the season, the Bulls would be over them because they have one less loss.
So is this not right? The Wizards.
No, did you say 30? Now it says the Wizards are 32 and 37, and the Bulls are 31 and 36.
And it has the Bulls. The Bulls should
be the Wizards. It has the Wizards over them.
There's a 10. It's like 100th of a percentage point. They have the Wizards over the Bulls. It's 464 win percentage for the Wizards.
And what it is
for the Bulls.
It's got to be head to head.
Let's see, the one I'm looking at. Oh wait, I'm going to look at two different.
It's got to be head to head.
Yeah.
NBA standings. Okay,
the Bulls have the better conference record, so it's got to be the head-to-head record where they got the Wizards over them, or else it's just a glitch. I don't know, but
yeah.
I'm not.
I don't understand how you're going to have a team with one less loss behind the team with one just because they have one.
Yeah, I don't get it either, Coach. But this is what we're looking at.
No, I'm looking at CBS Sports.
The Bulls are going to lose. Oh no, man.
I mean, it's possible, but still, okay. Either one, I think still gives us a problem because who's stopping Levine?
You have this much cushion. You have the Knicks here, and then you have the Heat. That's a 3-game lead. Now, how many games is left? What, 12?
No,
because 40 and 37, 82 game season. 12 games. So
no, the Knicks have.
15 or 16.
Well, they're playing tonight, so they have 11.
Wait a minute.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. It says we have 8 more games. Oh, okay. I didn't. No. I didn't know. It didn't open up April. Well, that's what it did. It only gave me March.
This is what both teams are going to have to do. I'm not even worried about. I look at the standings right now. I'm not even concerned
Wizards,
as much with the
Pacers,
Hawks and the
Hawks,
Raptors.
Pacers.
The Knicks and the Nets have to stay above the Heat. The Heat is that one team that right now could potentially jump them, and the Nets and the Knicks right now have a 3-game lead over both. And the Nets have the advantage over the Heat because we've beaten them twice already. And I think we only play on 1 or 2 more. We play them 2 more times, I believe. So if we could just beat them one more time, that gives us the tiebreaker over Miami. We've actually played well against Miami. So, I mean, it's really just going to be staying above the Heat, which right now they're both leading by 3, and you'll avoid that play-in game, and both teams will be in the top 6 at least. So you got to avoid dropping behind the Heat.
I forgot the Knicks also have 2 wins over the Heat.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Both teams have the tiebreaker.
He played the Grizzlies. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I forgot the other 4. Then we have the
No.
Wizards, Pacers, Pelicans,
Detroit,
and Pacers.
Knicks, Nets. So the Knicks and Nets need to take care of business right here. They can help each other out. This heart of the city, man. Look out for your boy. Look out for your little brother.
Yeah.
You can help each other out right here. If they both beat Miami, that's it. It's a wrap. If one beats Miami, then the other one has to it's gonna be dicey. But the Knicks have a better shot because they play them twice. So
yeah, but it's the way we playing. That's my concern.
And then Toronto.
We've already beaten Toronto 3 times. We got them. I'm not worried about the Raptors.
I think we've only beaten Toronto once, I think.
So
and we've beaten the Wizards too.
In April, they have the Mavs, they have the Pistons, the Sixers. So
Nets,
some tough games here.
Hawks, head to head.
The Knicks really. The problem is, well, we're not catching. Neither one of us, I don't think, catching Cleveland.
Let me see. No, I doubt it. This year the Nets have
over us.
So the Nets have beaten the Nets. Actually, the Nets have the head-to-head right now over the Hawks too. They've beaten them twice. So the Nets actually have the head-to-head over a lot of these teams behind them. They have the head-to-head over the Hawks. They have the head-to-head over the Raptors. They have the head-to-head over the Heat. So the Nets have just got to try to stay. If they can tie with these teams,
that's what they got to do.
I'm not even worried about the Knicks. I'm not worried about the Knicks because we could get 6.
Why wouldn't you be worried about the Knicks? Because look. Again,
I just want to avoid the play-in. I want to at least avoid the play-in.
I want to finish over the Knicks. I think that's important.
Too, but I just want to avoid the play-in.
In a season like this, Jeffrey, where I know what everything that's happened and all the shit the Knicks fans have talked and all the back and forth and shit that we dealt with, I want to finish over that team. I'm sorry.
You can finish over them. You could finish over us. I don't care about that. The issue is right now Philly and the Celtics, because who's going to finish at number 2? Because they're game separating the 2. And right now with the Knicks in 6, they're playing the Sixers. But if the Celtics end up in 3, I think the Knicks match up better with the Celtics than they do the Sixers.
You do, Coach. You really match up very well against the Celtics. We don't match up well against the Sixers at all. We and the Celtics before that, besides that 28-point comeback we had against them, we actually probably the funny part is we probably match up best against Milwaukee.
So Breezy, come on, bro. Get on here.
We match up better against Milwaukee than we do against Boston or Philadelphia. That's the scary part about it. So I actually rather play Milwaukee than I would against Boston or Philly because we don't have the size and the down low rebounding to take against those teams. I mean, Milwaukee's been tough, but we almost beat them. We almost beat Milwaukee without pretty much all our players. I think we can play against Milwaukee. I don't know about Philly. Philly just has a number.
But here's the deal. I don't know if it matters. I want to say the Nets have a surprise for us in store. It's been when was the last time like one of those Cinderella stories kind of happened like a, you know what I'm saying, like kind of a mid or bottom team kind of got into the finals? When was the last time?
Let me see. NBA lower seeds
I'm trying to
to.
remember off the top of my head.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, lower
It's been a
seeds.
while.
Denver never made it, but they made it in as the Knicks.
I know
Is
the
it the Knicks?
Knicks. Back in
2000,
99, 2000 or something.
in 99, 2000, we were the 8th seed. We lost to San Antonio, I believe. Is that it?
Rockets. I think you said the Rockets, the 94,
What year?
95 Rockets.
But what seed were? Because the Knicks were 8 seed when they went in 99, 2000.
Six. They were the 6th seed when they won
So
the
the-
NBA championship.
Okay, so to win the NBA champion, I thought you said to get to the NBA
Nah, to
champion.
get to it. That's what I said. Yeah, not win it.
That's probably the Knicks, I'm guessing. Let me see.
The fifth or lower seeds to ever win an NBA championship.
Yep,
Okay,
the New
this
York
one.
Knicks. 1998,
Yeah.
1999 New York Knicks. Were the
98,
number
99.
7 seed to reach the finals before they
To
lost
reach the
to the
finals. Yep,
Spurs.
that's what it was. And the 04 Pistons. This is the ones that won it that were fifth or lower. They were
You just said the Rockets.
oh, that was 3 seeds. Let me see. Oh,
93,
fifth seed. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm looking at this shit wrong.
Let me see.
But yeah, so it was the Knicks. Okay, cool. So the Knicks. All right. So now what we saying? See what I'm saying? What is it? What is it? Do you think that a team in the Eastern Conference or even in the Western Conference
Yes, any of these teams
has
can make
that
it.
chance to knock off a top team to get to the finals?
Yes.
Is it
Every
the
last
Knicks or
team
Nets? Is it one of those teams?
It's any team. It's the Nets, the Knicks, Cleveland. The Knicks have already proven that they can play with the Celtics, so that gives them confidence. Do they match up with the Sixers? If you can handle, if you can contain, let me just say that somewhat contain Embiid and not let him go off. The Knicks have the depth to compete if Jalen Brunson is healthy and playing the way he's capable. Because
Yeah.
you're going to put Maxey on him, okay, but then Harden is going to do his thing. I'm going to give you that because, we don't have the players who can shut him down, especially when he gets going. But Jeff always alludes to it. Come playoff time, he chokes. He always chokes for whatever the reason. So, but who else are you going to really Maxey? I mean, Maxey is a little bit too inconsistent. Is it what's his name from Long Island? The other forward.
Oh, PJ Tucker?
No, not Tucker, the other one.
Oh, Tobias Harris.
Yeah. Tobias Harris is not one that you can fear. He might give you a game, but consistently,
The Sixers
the
ain't
one
doing
thing I will say, about the Knicks, Julius, okay, Brunson, okay, even Jr. can get, but quickly has been balling his ass off. So the point I'm making, and with you guys, you can do the same thing with one through from the top level. This year in the NBA, there is no one at the top. There is not one dominant team that you could say is a clear-cut favorite. Even Denver, I just saw it. I did not know they're on a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, they just lost to the Raptors tonight. They've
So
been struggling lately.
that tells me, wait a minute, we might have, like you were saying, NYG, we might have a possibility. So can anybody win it this year or get to the finals? Yeah, anyone can.
It's all
We even
depending
talking-
on matchups. It's matchups too. How you match up against the team. And like Coach, you just said, you match up well against Boston. I think the
Mhm.
Nets match up well against Milwaukee. It's
Mhm.
all depending up on how you match up against the team. I mean, you think Boston wants to see the Knicks right now?
Nope.
I don't
Nope.
think so. And honestly, I don't think the Bucks really want to see the Nets when they're healthy. So I mean, like, that's the thing right there. A lot of it has to do with the matchup. Look what happened last year. Everybody was crowning the Phoenix Suns to go to the championship last year.
Mhm.
Everybody's saying Phoenix is going all the way. They're going all the way. They couldn't match up against Dallas. Dallas is a bad matchup for them, And what ended up happening? Phoenix went their ass home as a number 1 seed and the best team in the NBA in the second round. So it's all really about matchups when you get to the NBA. Even wasn't Golden State like a lower seed? Was it like a 4 or 5 seed when they won it all last year?
They were on 4, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
see?
Golden State is a funny one because they play their asses off at home, but when they go on the road, they're the opposite. So all they have to do is when they go on the road in a 7-game series, if they can hold court at home, they just got to win one on the road.
Bro, I'm never disrespecting that Golden State team.
No.
As long as Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green are on that basketball team, I'm never counting that team out because they showed it last year. All those guys, but that team especially, they showed it last year when all those guys were out for multiple games and years. In Klay Thompson's case, when they were on the court and they're healthy, that championship mindset came in, and those guys are underrated. Klay Thompson is a hell of a defensive player, especially in the playoffs. And Steph, dude's not that bad on defense either. So it's just the championship mentality. And I agree, Coach. You can't really count on any team, especially in the NBA playoffs, when things get ramped up to the next level. It's like when you start having to get those intangibles getting put into place.
But yeah, fellas, we're gonna have to cut this edition a little bit shorter than normal. I really do have some business to tend to
It's all good.
tonight and in the morning. So I apologize, but what I might do is I might fire up a stream just Giants based, football based, for all my Giants fans, that we can talk just Giants. So I'm gonna try to do that probably later on this week. So look out for that. But tonight I gotta wrap it up, man, because I really gotta get up and handle my BI in the morning. But I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Of course, big fan Breezy. Always. Neymar. What's up, Neymar? Knicks being covered anyone on television. We can do some more splash tomorrow. Oh, he's talking about the free agents. Yeah. I think they do have one more splash move in them, Neymar. I think it's gonna be for a wide receiver. I don't know what wide receiver, but they're gonna sign somebody. So just be on the lookout for that. And when we will cover it, I will, even if I have to just do a short. I'm gonna give you the news. That's why I just been kind of holding out for this show to just kind of let everything drop. But if any more signings get posted, I will keep you guys up to date. But Taj Bookends, Next Shift, Levance, Tudo, Koof, man. Of course, man. We always got my man Hit Squad in the building. And everybody, man, that came out, Almighty Finesse. No Mets, no Nets, no Jets. And of course, always and true, Miss Niecy Wise.
Congrats on bringing on Bradbury, Niecy.
Oh, Brad.
Instead of losing half your team.
Bradbury is back. Everybody else is gone. I see you, Breezy. But I'm gonna wrap it up. Rafi, I'm gonna wrap it up, y'all. I'm sorry I can't go tonight because I know how I am. I'll be here till 3:00 in the morning talking to you guys, and I won't get done what I need to get done. But love y'all, man. Peace and love always, man. But we got to be out tonight, so peace.